What is up, everybody? Okay, so we got the like pre-event for the anniversary going here, which comes with some, not all, but some of the memorial stages. Oh boy. So, to be clear, chat, well, the game crashed. Okay, maybe not. The ticket stage is always easy, right? Also, Storamix, thank you for the 14 months. I, too, am excited for Armored Core 6. Although, funnily enough, I didn't watch any of the footage that came out because I didn't want spoilers. But, I listened to Boro's video about it. So, like, I heard the audio. So, I got, like, you know, I get the, like, targeting system and stuff like that. I get some of the ideas. But, yeah, I didn't actually watch any of it. And C9, thank you for the 22 months. It's that time of the month again. Yeah, time to bitch. But look, they did this to me, all right? Okay, so to be clear,
hello.
These stages for the ticket are always easy. They always have been. And it's because they want to make sure you can, you know, get the an event CE, right? So these are always easy. So that's not so much of the problem. The problem is the other one, which, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's see what the dumbest thing I can one-shot. Oh, of course. Of course, right? You know, you can't have any fun now. Time to get Chin Gong. One moment. Yeah, getting Lost Belt 6 in here. All right, where's my Chin Gong? The story support sorter, if you will. What to use? How dumb can we get? It's pretty dumb. I mean, if somebody is gonna lose, this would be the one. And the server reset. Now I gotta do it all over again. Careful you don't kill the boss with the level 1 Chen. Yeah, I don't think that would happen because it is a ruler, but still. Look how long this takes, man. Any day now, game. Any day now. There you go. Hey, we get a summon ticket. I'm so happy. No, go away with that. Of course that closes the game. The music knows. This is the most appropriate time I think this song has ever played. I don't even know why I'm picking those. It seems unlikely that I'm going to need them on my ult account. I'll probably add somebody that uses them again. Okay. Of course it didn't save anything. That would make too much sense. Where's me boy Sanson? I heard someone say that Sanson is supposed to be in Fate Samurai. Can anyone confirm that? I couldn't, when someone said that, I vaguely looked into it and I couldn't find anything, but I didn't look into it very deeply. But yeah, that seems just random as fuck, so I didn't really, I was like, that doesn't sound right, but yeah, I saw a couple people saying that, but I was like, this doesn't sound, who knows, maybe like he'll be a hidden servant that shows up later and then everyone's like, I told you so, and but I don't know. I'm not that interested in Fate Samurai, to be honest. The gameplay didn't look very good to me. It looked pretty floaty and just kind of easy schlock. Yeah, I saw the Samson guy, the gladiator or whatever. I guess people just getting confused or something. Anyway, 60,000 HP. Oh, I'm horrified. Funnily enough, this is probably harder than some of the other ticket stages they've done in the past. Guess I can rainbow chain. This is probably harder than the original. $3,000 HP. Wow, he didn't one-shot Shin-Gong. You know, this level 32 Sanson may well lose. I'll put Art second because I do want some NP gain. That was bullshit. That was actually bullshit. He just like double buster crit. Like, are you fucking... That is so dumb, dude. Like, just give me one turn of my HP for fuck's sakes. I don't think that's asking for too much here. That was kind of a typical... The way it's messed up, though, is Sanson has favored HP, right? Like, he's really low attack and really high HP relative to a 2-star anyway. Let's try it again. I'm gonna do quick last because I really want to get my NP. Okay. Just don't one-shot me, guy. I don't think I'm asking for too much here. He's got crit down, which just saved me. My god. I think he busted a lot again. At least he didn't crit. That heal, because it's not ranked up. Yeah, that'll do a lot. 40-60 crit with the attack up. Come on. 14K. And we didn't get the defense down. We're probably dead. And then he quick charged, so now he's gonna NP next turn. If he didn't do that and we didn't die here, we might have won. Chad, who would have thought that a level 32 Sanson couldn't do jack shit? They really should not give that. I always say they should add the costumes like the sunglasses and masks and stuff that they've done for events, but they should not give that one out because that really takes away from Mozart. Like, it's a dumb joke, and one, it takes away from the joke, and then two, that'd really be stupid for Mozart. Okay, well, we need something stronger than Sanson. Or we could have given Sanson a better CE. That probably would have done it too. Like, what do you call it? The anti-humanoid one. I cannot think of the name. Art of Death, that's the name. Well, this hand sucks. Necromancy. $1,000 damage, look out. I like how I'm having to intentionally pick things that have the resist, right? Because if you bring up Berserker or whatever, this is just going to be even easier. Alright, our second skill. I really am picking horrible characters for this, though. I mean, because, like, Sanson's skills didn't do anything, and then his second skill won't do anything either. So that's pretty bad. Just crit with that Buster card. Give me that 40% here. Nope. Cool animation, though. Let's see this damage in comparison to Sanson. The flat damage CC might be good here. Yeah, actually not too bad against a ruler on a low level. 1,000 damage is a lot at this point. Not bad. 25, yeah, wow. I should have just evaded then so I couldn't die there. He's so much better than Sanson though. Like, it's not even close. I better win here though because I can't evade. 8K. So if we had the flat damage command code, it would have done 3,000 damage by now. Which would definitely be enough to win here. Uh-oh. We got an attack up, boys. Oh! Easy. Okay. Chad, I'm so happy we beat the super hard boss fight. I'm so satisfied, Chad. I'll remember this forever. Now, when I first booted up this stage on my main account, chat, I thought it was Bull of Heaven, like the challenge quest. It's not. I'll just spoil that now. Well, there we go. That'll, no, that's just Ishtar. That's counterclassing. I would need a I don't have any casters that this would be fun with. I can do neutral or something stupid, but, I mean, there's Babbage, but... There we go. No command codes. Might actually be a problem. We'll see. No one said anything about the stage's level. That has nothing to do with anything. Like, nobody's going in here looking at the fucking stage level, making their assumptions based off that. Like, no one even brought that up, dude. Like, Jesus. Anyway, this is the story version of Bull of Heaven, which most people probably don't even remember, because you do it and then you immediately do the challenge quest, which is the same thing, but, you know, actually hard. But, yeah, they're probably gonna do that for all the stages, too. Where they're, the story versions, which are just stupid. Like, because the main story, as in the main story of the game, not events, but the actual main story of the game, can have hard boss fights, right? Like, that happens. But the main story of events normally don't. Occasionally they do, like, very occasionally they do, but generally they don't. Why is this song so loud? It's on, like, it was on, like, 10% volume and it's that loud. 96%, are you fucking kidding me? Watch us get like triple crit here. But this is just dumb, like... So this is something I've seen over the last, like, 3 years, and it's because you've got people that haven't actually played the game. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I love how you do that, and then I also get crit. So that actually runs everything. This is why you bring, like, a Lancer if you're gonna do neutral, but, like, Atalante is not gonna reliably kill that because, you're probably, like, always gonna get in that Pierce Vulnerability range. It's actually super annoying for her. But anyway, this is something I've seen over maybe the last 3 years, maybe even 4 years, or people are like surprised and like they defend the game because like, why are people upset that the memorial stages are so easy? They're always easy. They're not. They've only been easy in these last few years, and you know, these last like 4 years or so, they have pretty much all been easy. But you know, they used to take actual hard stages and then make them harder. Right, they took Gwaine and they gave him like 200,000 more HP, and with his gimmick, it's actually effectively more HP than that. And back then, everyone was weaker, so like that was actually, you know, an issue. And you know, they did Demeter and stuff like that. Like they absolutely used to make memorial stages interesting, but they haven't. It's true, they haven't recently. Of course, they haven't recently. But I honestly, I think it's because they're being lazy and they don't want to like bother with the stage design and that kind of crap. It really sucks. Yeah, I guess I could bring a Pearson Vulnerability command code in case we get to that awkward health threshold, but I think the idea is to just not let that happen at all, because it's just gonna be really annoying. Where the fuck is the dumb katana? Where's the weeb stuff? Does this account not have it? Because this is not my main, but oh no, there we go. It's just really hard to see with that text over it. Yeah, I guess they did Guadia and Demeter, and those two are good. Everything else is kind of bad, though. But then everything after that one, I know, like the year after that, so last year, that one was really bad. And I think the one before that, though, was bad. Like when they did the fucking Sphinx, for God's sakes, which that was so ridiculous. Oh yeah, the CC UI is definitely gonna be tougher than these bosses. But yeah, this sucks. I mean, this is such a letdown. But I'm kind of used to this sucking at this point. That's not a good thing, but you know, they haven't done good memorial stages in a while. But that's no excuse, right? That's no excuse, you know, to be like, yeah, it's fine that they're, you know, putting in no effort and that kind of crap. Yeah, now they're just copy pasting too. Never mind them picking really shitty stages. It's also lame that they're just copy pasting. I could do Star Bomb on this. I don't know. That Amakusa might be like slightly harder. No one's gonna care if he's like 30k or 50k or 60k. Like, it's not at a range that it's gonna matter. And Sleepy, thank you for the 11 months. Sleepy Blaze. I'm kind of sleepy too, actually. I've been doing a lot of real life work and stuff, and been really busy, and I'm not sleeping enough. That's why I haven't streamed these last couple days. I've just been too tired and busy with other stuff. But I slept a little bit better last night, so happy to stream though. In the mood. Although I'm not happy about this anniversary garbage. Yeah, I know. If Odin's stuff was predictable, or you could pick it, or you just saw what it was gonna be, or whatever, that fight would be a lot better. That it unironically it adds like way more RNG than people realize. Where like if you're doing like low star stuff, or you don't have units that are super applicable to it, Odin will make or break you. Like absolutely. Like, if he heals you at good times and things like that, it can add, you know, 2 or 3 turns of survivability to you, right? And that's huge. That's a massive value shift. But then if he doesn't, he takes those turns away from you, and then, like, you're fucked, right? It's not great. I actually really dislike that about the fight. I think that's actually a really, really, really bad part of the fight. Shit hand. That's actually unbelievably shit. I'm just gonna restart. That's so stupid. Like, I can't rainbow chain, I can't get any NP gain of note, and I can't do any damage. And this fight's super easy, so it shouldn't really matter, but like Ishtar really can be annoying if you hit that weird health range where she's going to invulnerability, and then if she crits you, you take so much damage you're just dead. Yeah, the thing about the curse stacks when he attacks is that's another thing, it's just random. When he attacks, there's just a chance he gives himself a curse stack. Like, I'm telling you, if you're pushing it on value, or like are doing low star stuff, and you get bad luck, you can't win. Like, if every time he attacks, let's say your setup is gonna try to win in 6 turns, or something, if he always gets curse stacks for all 6 of those turns, you're not going to win. That's not going to happen. Right, and especially if you get bad Odin procs. If you get bad Odin procs and every turn he gets a curse stack or 2, there's no way. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, you're not even gonna get close. Like, it's just not possible. Where if you get lucky and that doesn't happen, and he doesn't get a bunch of curse stacks, and Odin does a few useful things for you throughout the fight, and again, maybe it's a 6-turn setup or something, then yeah, you can do it, right? It'll work out. But that's stupid. I think that's so dumb. Guess we might as well cast that. Oh, it kind of helps me beyond. I didn't really think about that. I was just thinking about getting the stars from that turn. I could rainbow chain, or I'll do that. The only air quote solo I saw was Orion, and it was bullshit. Like, it wasn't a solo. He got so much help. I can't believe people were calling that a solo. Which I kind of suspect is how all of them are going to be. And then people are like, oh, it's okay because Fluffy's so hard. It's like, no, that's not it's fine to like beat the stage that way, right? But that's not a solo. But there's no real way to like solo without just getting stupid lucky and stuff like that. Like, that fight is just nonsense for solo. But the only units that can even try to do it are units that have debuff immunity or debuff resist or stuff like that. Like, you just can't do it otherwise. There's just no way. That's why all the units though that can like kind of do it are always units like that. Let's see. Can I just do 41k in 1 turn? Let's see here. If I did like a attack up, sure, but honestly, I probably can't. Gotta get lucky with critting, I guess. Yeah, if you're a, like, single target, heavy debuff immunity, and a foreigner, then yeah, that's pretty doable at that point. But yeah, right now, it's just like RNG bullshit nonsense, and then you have to be like 120 every time, dude. Like, it's literally the same thing. It's so annoying. We'll see, if that Pearson vulnerability, though, we'll do it. Well, I'll take that. We still burned some resources and whatnot, but we're getting that Nobu cheating in there. I mean, I would say George's Bond C is cheating. That's my criteria, right? Other people don't. Like, a lot of people do that, but I think George's Bond C is cheating. It gives you an extra turn that you don't really deserve. But, you know, it's still, of course, you know, Orion and King Hassan are like some of the best units you're gonna have for that stage, though. Like, if you try to solo with like anybody else that's doesn't have a bunch of debuff immune or debuff resist, they're just gonna get floored. It's not even gonna be close. But I guarantee you, they're just getting stupid fucking lucky and so on. There's just no way. Like, that fight is so overstated for that kind of thing. But it's so much easier. It's actually kind of annoying. I get kind of sick of like the situation NA's in because it's just dumb. It's like they got coins so much sooner than everybody. It's so much easier for them, and I'm not kidding. There's a reason why there was like none of that happening on JP, because they got the coin system like the day before Fluffy dropped. So everybody beat Fluffy, you know, way before they were gonna get 120. Where NA gets fucking 120 months and months in advance. So they can just sit there farming and farming and farming and getting coins and stuff, and they're just like maxed the fuck out, and they're just way stronger for Fluffy. Where JP had like no way of doing that except for like a few whales that like, you know, got coins and farmed like crazy for like that, you know, 2 days or whatever. But it's kind of lame that I really don't like that NA got the coin system so early like that. Like some stuff I'm happy that NA gets early, like animation updates. Of course, you should get those as soon as possible, right? Maybe like UI functionality stuff, you should get that as fast as possible. But they started getting lazy and they've started just giving NA stuff early just so they don't have to like arbitrarily hold it back, because it actually takes effort to hold it back, because your game client doesn't like it's like ahead of where your like content is. Right, so a lot of that stuff is actually in your game, and like they have to like arbitrarily hold it back. And I don't think they care anymore, and that's why you keep getting stuff crazy early. Like that's why you suddenly started getting animation updates like super early, and they just kind of gave you all of them because they were already in the game. But anyway, it's kind of annoying that NA keeps getting these things early, because it just makes it's just so much easier on NA. Like it's a huge difference. Like on JP, there was no way you were gonna have like a coup proper. Like I didn't have like the anti-berserker damage for Fluffy, right? Which is kind of good, right? But there was no, unless I wailed, there was just no way I was gonna be able to do that. And I had like a Bond 15 coup, right? You know, meanwhile, everyone on NA has it, right? They got like their shitty level 80 coup at Bond, you know, 8. And they've got the anti-berserker passive and so on and so forth. And it's just dumb as shit. And it's because not only do you get the coin system super early, but then you get all these like rate ups and reason to roll ahead of time, and you get the coins, right? No one in JP got those coins, right? Like all those rate ups that happened between when you all got it early and like Lost Belt 6 actually happening. You know, whatever you rolled on, you actually got. Anything we rolled on, we didn't get, right? Unless you were you know, high star, obviously. It's just annoying, dude. And I just noticed ever since y'all got the coin system early, just consistently, like NA's got like way higher leveled stuff than what anybody had on JP at the, you know, relative time. Yeah, it's like 80 and 90 is what most people have for coup. Which, you know, makes sense. I'm not like hating. If people don't like coup enough to go, you know, ham, that's fine. My point is, it's really frustrating, like liking coup more than anybody and putting more effort into upgrading him than anybody. And I can't do shit, you know, back on JP when Fluffy came out with like Grails and the coin system. And then people that don't even give a fuck can have a way more upgraded coup than me, right? It's just because y'all just got it so fucking early, right? It's just dumb. Okay, I'll do this. But yeah, like what Beastly said, you know, Beastly plays both, and it's really obvious like how much easier it is. Because we got the coin system like a couple days before Fluffy dropped. And again, if you're not a whale, not only are you not going to have the coins, but you wouldn't have time to farm. That's a huge part of it. There was just no one was in the middle of Lost Belt 6 going to stop doing Lost Belt 6 and go farm like 100 XP dailies. Like no one was going to do that, right? Or on NA, it's the opposite. You've just been waiting around. So of course you're gonna farm the XP, because what the fuck else are you gonna do? We don't really need to do quick, but it's got the quick up on it. Yeah, I'll do the quick. I don't know, it's a tough call. If we like barely fail to break, that's wrong. She is such a bad unit to do this with, but the reason I'm trying it is because this stage is only 2 health bars. Like, are you kidding me? I'd just like to point out on JP, since we got the coin system, right? Because like we got it relatively later to like what banners existed and that kind of thing. But on JP, from when we got the coin system to now, coup has never had a rate up, and there's never been a Lancer banner or anything like that. There has never been a good time to get coup for the entirety of JP. Where I think NA got like a Lancer banner or something, so if you really wanted to, you could try to get more coins. Now, you've had enough time that, you know, you don't necessarily need to, but if you're wanting to go like all the way, get every passive, that kind of thing, that'd be useful. 20k, now I have to waste my crit turn. Unfortunate. No real reason to do Merlin there. And they had a bug where great success was guaranteed. Wow, that's so good for getting to 120. That's huge. That is so huge. Although you guys also had a bug for like 2 years where your mystic codes weren't applying the 500% success chance. Oh, he just removed all my buffs. What a jackass. But yeah, that wasn't great. No, they fixed that. They fixed that a long time ago. Like, they fixed that so long ago. That was like 3 years ago they fixed that or something. Although there have been some JP specific bugs too. Do you guys remember I think it was during something where there was some like boss fights to fight or whatever. I can't remember. But there was a bug for a while on JP where command codes that had a cooldown didn't work at all. Like they just, like Merlin and the heal and stuff, they just didn't work. That wasn't great. Oh yeah, it's another thing. You guys got the easier fluffy. To be fair though, that was a good change. And it was probably a bug too. It's not really clear, because pretty much anytime they change stuff like that, they'll say it's a bug fix, but it's not always, because they've done that several times. But yeah, you all do have the easier version of Fluffy, but that honestly, the other version of Fluffy is just fucking stupid, so I don't think that's really a problem. Got quick down. Guess I do the heal boost heal here because we're getting fucked up. Yeah, honestly, they always claim it's a bug no matter what, like almost always, but it honestly did seem like a bug. That was really weird because other similar effects like it did not kill you like that if the stage was supposed to be over, where that one just did, right? And that was just kind of fucked up. But yeah, I'm glad that's gone, really. But it's like if JP got story replay, you'd see a bunch of like crazy shit against Fluffy that never happened during the original. And that's basically what's happening on NA. And it's because we're, you know, use of it. As of now on JP, we've had plenty of time to upgrade our servants and all that. Because I'm not exaggerating. We got the coin system like a day or two before. It was like really close to when Fluffy was launched. Most players just had no way of farming the XP, let alone having rolls any to get like coins for 1 to 3 stars. Like you didn't necessarily need to roll. I mean, you did for some stuff. It depends, right? Like some 4 and 5 stars, people did not have enough coins, and some of those 4 and 5 stars on NA did get rate ups before, like when y'all were supposed to get the coin system. So like that, like I think Fujino and stuff like that. Because wasn't it like where Fujino hadn't she just gotten a rate up on JP and it had just finished, and then the coin system dropped, and no one, you know, thought to go over NP5, right? Because like, why would you? And then you know, right after it's like, hey, look, it's a reason to go past NP5, where you know, NA gets to actually get the coins, right? That's a pretty big difference. Wow, we did like no damage there. That's not great. I'm gonna do Buster last because I'm on like Copium that we're gonna do enough damage, but well, she didn't crit. Good job, you fucked it up. I think we're dead. If she'd been single target, we would have won, but the thing is, a lot of stuff that happens on NA, I don't think they make the game better. I really don't. Like, I actually think it depends. I think some things on NA are a better experience and some things are worse. But like, I actually think y'all getting the coin system early is worse. I mean, it depends on like what your criteria for the game is, right? It's subjective, like, but in a lot of ways, I think it's better for like getting the coins for the characters you like, obviously. In that sense, it's better because you just have more rate ups to pick from, right? You have more time with it. Like, that's fine. But I actually think relative to the content, it's bad. Like, a lot of the content you got, I mean, for fuck's sakes, I saw you like NA because you guys had nothing to do, right? Because you have like months in between, like, you know, actual content worth a damn. So NA was just sitting there farming XP like crazy. So you had challenge quests and stuff, you know, before Fluffy that you guys were doing with like 110s and 120s and the passives. Because like a lot of those challenge quests that y'all did, we physically could not have the passives. Never mind being 120. The coin system didn't exist, right? There wasn't a thing, right? And like that starting NP passive is really big and stuff. So like a lot of the content was just easier on NA. I don't think that doesn't make the game better. I actually think it makes the game worse a lot of the time. And yeah, I guess the early pity's kind of fucked up because I know that's like a goodish bad thing. And I guess they didn't give you guys the 4-star adjustment because on JP pretty recently, because of the 4-star situation, they actually changed it. They made the 4-star rate up greater. Like you're actually more likely to get 4 stars now on JP. They haven't. Okay, that sucks. Okay, yeah, that actually sucks. So my sympathies on that one. But yeah, I think a lot of stuff on NA though actually is less fun because it's easier because like they give you all stuff ahead of time. Because now they've been giving you all buffs ahead of time. So, I mean, the coin system is huge. Like, it's not a small thing. The coin system is a massive change to the way the game plays and how powerful your characters can be and stuff. Especially when, like, your whole team has, like, the starting NP passive and stuff like that. So the more time you have with the coin system, the easier it gets, right? Like, the second it drops, you can't do much, right? But after months and months, you can do a lot. And, you know, as of now on JP, they kind of balance around that, right? Like, they're kind of, with the challenge quests and stuff now, they're, like, assuming you've got that stuff. But a lot of the content in NA, they didn't, right? Because you didn't have that stuff, and it's just easier. And some of that stuff was already a little too easy anyway. Yeah, AU's early is fine, though. That I think, is totally fine, and they should do. Like, no problems there. But anyway, it's just annoying to me that basically everyone on JP still had level 100 characters for their favorites. And like none of the passives, at least for 1 to 3 stars. They could have passives for the 4 and 5 stars. But it's pretty annoying that like there was no way for us to have anything like that. And then everyone on NA is just swimming in that stuff. They got passives everywhere and you know, all their favorite characters are already, 15 at least or 120. It's just kind of silly. Also, you got your, some of the buffs early and things like that. So it's just the game is just easier. I mean, who the fuck is starting NA now? Like who the fuck is playing? Like who the fuck starts JP now? And actually, it's not the same for someone that starts JP now because if you start playing JP now, one, you're probably going to quit. Like let's not talk in theoreticals. Let's talk in reality. If you start JP today, you probably quit before you get to Fluffy, okay? And if you do get to Fluffy, it's still completely different because you don't have all those early rate ups that NA had, right? You don't have all that wait time, right? And if you start now, you don't have like all the time gate stuff. So if you get to Fluffy now on either, like if you start playing NA now or you start playing JP now, Fluffy's probably going to be harder because you're probably going to have a bunch of 666 skills. And you probably haven't, you've been trying to catch up getting your core roster leveled, so you're not focusing on getting a 120 yet, right? And all that stuff. So, but if you get to Fluffy like it's in a reasonable time frame on a new account, it's probably going to be way worse. Now you obviously are going to have the nerfed Fluffy, right? With the or the bug fix Fluffy, however you want to put it, right? Without the dots killing and stuff and that kind of thing. But yeah, generally the new player experience is there is a world of a difference between someone that's just like, okay, we got the coin system and now I'm just going to sit here for months farming, right? And doing all these events while I'm waiting, right? Versus someone just booting the game up and playing through it when there's no time gate, right? It's kind of like, if you make a new account, let's say like when NA first came out, right? So let's say you started playing FGO NA when the game had been out for maybe 2 months or 3 months, right? So Oceanus is already out. So you start playing and you just go straight into Oceanus. It's actually fairly hard. I'm not kidding. Back then, especially on JP, when there was a lot less power creep, because JP, you didn't have the fucking daily FP summon. You didn't have the login rewards. You didn't have the daily XP stages. I'm not kidding. You didn't have any of that. Where NA started with that stuff. But anyways, Oceanus was really hard for somebody that just kind of boots it in, goes right in, and has to fight the Demon Pillar and all that. It's really hard. Where someone that's been playing the game beats Septum and then hits the time gate and is like farming for a month, and then it already has a bunch of level like 70s and shit. Super easy, right? Like it's super fucking easy. Like new players have a very different experience from people that are actively playing in or waiting around between time gate. It's a huge difference, right? Because like if you're sitting there just waiting around and then Camelot comes out and you're super prepared, Camelot's not going to be, you know, that bad, right? If you've been farming and farming and farming and farming, where if you just go rolling right into it, it can be a pain in the ass. But anyway, yeah, no, it's not the same. If you start playing JP today, it's not the same as what NA is getting. Like, it's just not, because you always have been farming and farming and farming. But also, literally no one is starting JP. That's not a thing. There's like 5 guys. And it's their ult account where they actually been playing NA, so it's not that easy to level up servants. It's easy to level them. It's not easy to prepare them to, like, you know, like make Fluffy easier, right? How are you getting gold gems, right? I make more new accounts I think than anybody, right? And sure, you can level the characters pretty easily. But most people that make an account right now and just play through the story and they're not stopping to farm, you know, an abnormal amount, they're not going to have gold gems. They're just not. You know, they're going to get to Fluffy and they're going to be 666, and maybe they've got a character or two at 10-10-10, but they may not have picked a character that's applicable to Fluffy and stuff like that, right? And then you look at everyone on NA doing it, and they're just swimming in 10-10-10s and, you know, grailed units, and they got their 120 and all this stuff. You know, not that they shouldn't do that. But, like, that's just not the same experience as somebody, you know, that starts the game now. It's just absolutely not the same experience. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, because here's how I feel. I don't think Fluffy doesn't need to be scaled around people being 666 and stuff. He doesn't. Because if you get to Fluffy and you can't do it, that's so far into the game that I think it's completely reasonable to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe you should, you know, wait a bit, go farm some, do some events, and then come back to this later, right? Like, that'd be kind of lame if that happened in, you know, Septum or even Camelot at this point, but for something as far into the game as Lost Spell 6, it's okay if they can't do it smoothly right away. I'm not saying that's a problem, but like, acting like that's the experience that a JP player gets is the same as what NA, all these people waiting around on NA for months and months with the coin system early is the same. That's just bullshit. It's not even remotely the same. White gems only allow you, like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, again, I make new accounts all the time. If you make a new account, your pure gems by the time you get to Lost Belt 6 is enough to, like, help out with 2 characters. Maybe. And that's assuming you haven't used your pure gems on anything else. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I should get these hero proofs or bones or void dust to get, you know, the skill ranks up. And then they realize, oh god, I should have used it on the gold gems instead. But if you don't, the thing is, if you don't use it on their hero proofs and all that, you're barely going to be able to level anybody, because if you're not stopping to farm and do events over and over, you're just not going to have enough. I know this because I've got like 1,000 accounts. Like, you don't have enough pure prisms to do shit. Like, you can barely get up 1 character with pure prisms. Now, if you get up to fucking what's it called, ordeal call number 1, right, and you do all the side content, the 0.5s and the Epic of Remnants and stuff. And by the way, new players don't do that. Like, new players do not stop to do Epic of Remnant before they go into the Lost Belts. Almost nobody does that. You know, streamers sometimes do that, and, you know, ult accounts do that, but, like, new players do not fucking do that. But if you do everything in the game right now to get pure prisms, you can get a bit more, right? You can help a few more characters out, but you can't do shit. Like, literally, you can't. Like, I can get on my fucking Steno account and show you right now. I'm already out of pure prisms, and I've barely bought anything. I mean, like, you don't have that many pure prisms. Like, oh man, you can maybe get the skill gems for 1 character. Like, oh yeah, that'll help. Okay, well, Atalante could maybe solo this on if she got lucky, like on a good, because she was like 1 turn off, so like on a good series of turns she could do it. But there's no point. It's just pure RNG. But, you know, as for NA, it's just like, they don't care. That's the whole reason Like, it's not like they're trying to make NA easier or trying to make NA harder. What they're trying to do is make it easier for them to run NA. That's the whole thing. Like, they just want it to be easier for them to, like, do patches and stuff. They don't want to work on, like, code and stuff for NA. That's why they started, like, just when stuff was in there in the game version, they just give it to you for the most part. Like, they just don't want to bother anymore. And I've just noticed over the last few years, the way they handle NA is they always pick the option that requires the least work on the back end. They just do not give a fuck. And as of we last knew, now this might have changed. I don't think this has changed. But as we last saw, the NA is literally run by the JP dev team, and it's like they obviously don't want to put a lot of effort into it. Pure prisms are a good idea. They've just implemented them very poorly. Like, they're just, the math doesn't make any sense, and it never restocks. And cause think about it, 100 gold gems. That's all you can get for a class. You can get 100 Lancer gems. That's enough for like one character. Actually, I don't think that even is enough for one character now that the passives exist. Like, how is that gonna fix an account? Like, you can almost max out one character. Wow. Right, and then that's assuming, so you could do one of each class. Almost, not quite. You could almost do one character of each class. But the thing is, you can't do that because you don't have even nearly enough pure prisms to do that. You have like enough for one character, then you're just out of pure prisms. Right, like, so then you can't do it. Like, what the fuck? Like, that, like 100 caster gems in the grand scheme of things is just nothing. Right, again, that's not even 1 5-star. Right, if you're trying to get passives and stuff, it's not even 1 5-star. Now sure, making it easier to get 1 5-star, going is certainly better than none at all. But then once you're out of pure prisms, you can't do it again. So it really just is not that good. What they really need to do is you need to be able to get a small amount of pure prisms from like your daily farming. Right, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. And then the pure prism shop needs to reset every month or every few months or something. Like, sure, you shouldn't be able to just farm the pure prism shop nonstop and do nothing but that and never deal with regular farming again and just level up a million characters like it's nothing. You shouldn't be able to do that. But, dude, I'm getting so sick of this happening every time. It's just like, it'd be better if she was tougher, because this wouldn't happen. Because then you could take her from like that, medium health to dead. But what happens is like all the time, like during your taunt turn or whatever, she gets to that health threshold. It's just super annoying, dude. You probably just don't attack at all with your solo unit. Like, that's just so fucking annoying that it happens every time. You could add pure prisms to the event shop, but I wouldn't do that. That doesn't address the problem. That's actually, I think, a really bad way of doing it, because the whole problem is a lot of new players don't want or can't do events yet. And they shouldn't, right? If you start a new account, you're getting into FGO, you should be able to play the— Shut up, Nobu. Holy fuck, why was that voice line so long? But anyway, you know what? I could actually probably do the 51k right now. If I did these 3, I would probably just kill right now. But I need to get rid of Nobu. Anyway, you should be able to play through the main story and like enjoy the story experience. And they market the game as an RPG and all this stuff, right? If your account is struggling, you should be able to catch up just by playing the account. You shouldn't have to focus on catching up through, oh, I gotta wait for an event. Like, what if you can't do the event? Or, what if, the one, it just doesn't have the mats you need and things like that. Like, you need to be able to get through a good chunk of the story smoothly, with it being fun and interesting and not too easy, because a lot of it's too easy, very much so, but without having to stop to farm at all. I would say you should be able to make it maybe up to like Lost Belt 5 without having to farm. That should be their goal, in my opinion. And that's not, and the problem is their way of making that happen is making it easier. That's not the way to do it, right? Like, a lot of the early game needs to be made harder so it's more engaging, because I've seen it. I've watched, I'd be willing to bet I've watched more people get into FGO, because a lot of people don't watch streams in general. They just watch the streamer they like or whatever. I am constantly watching, random FGO streams and just checking out, like the few people that do try to play it and whatnot. I've seen so much of that, and you just see people talking about it on Twitter or whatever that tried it out and quit it or whatever. And the early play experience is just terrible. It's way too easy. Most people get bored of the gameplay, but way before they get to Camelot. Way before they've checked out way before that. And that's really bad for the game. I am going to get buff removed. That kind of sucks, but that's kind of my fault for not even thinking about that. But yeah, I've watched loads of streamers get... I remember this one guy, dude, by the time he got to Camelot, one, he had no idea how to play the game because the game at no point had ever pointed him in the direction of how to play the game. And so he was trying to use AoE characters and stuff for Gwen, and he wasn't even counterclassing, and like, he just didn't get it. And like, you know, he was not having a fun time. I'll never forget that, but I've seen that happen to a lot of people. But I've also seen them just like blow through it, and some of their friends, Archer that just carries them, and they have no idea what's happening. They never learn the gameplay. They never do the challenge quests because they've never learned the gameplay. I mean, I've just seen so many people where that happens. So on the one hand, most of the game is way too easy. So like, to the point of it, the game is actually boring. Like the game is very boring for most people. But then when you do finally get to like Lee in Lost Belt 3 or whatever, or Fluffy in Lost Belt 6 and stuff, people have no idea what they're doing. Like, no idea. And they're way underprepared. And it's really tedious trying to, like, if they're like, oh, I need to level this, this, and this, and oh, that didn't work, I should have leveled that, that, and that. It is so tedious for them to actually level those characters up and try to, like, you know, fight. Got our buffs removed again. But try to, you know, have a fighting chance with like different setups that they're trying and stuff, right? It's like, it's complete bullshit. Yeah, I've seen that a lot where people say they learn how to play the game because of me. Like they've kind of figured out, oh, this is how you're when the game is hard on a blue moon, this is how you're supposed to approach it, right? Especially with a more like normal setup, and you don't have the whale stuff. That's like the real problem with the FGO community. You either just see access to content that is so easy you wouldn't need to know how to play the game anyway, or it's whales. And I don't just mean whales, I mean just like leviathans, right? That have, because look, it's not even just leviathans, it's people that have whaled consistently over years. Because even if you whaled now, you can't get Poster Girl, right? You can't get Castoria, right? You can't do this stuff. Right, if you start whaling now, if you got into FGO right now and you whaled, you can get, you know, MLBK scope, you can get waiver, right? You can get stuff like that, and that's absolutely going to make it way easier. But you're fundamentally not going to be able to approach the game like these people that are doing Poster Girl and then 5 meta supports and then 1 meta DPS that's perfect in the niche that's in P5, right? Like, having waiver is great and all, and then you could summon your friends Castoria or your friends Veach and whatnot and have your own waiver, and that's really, really strong. But you're fundamentally not going to be able to approach the stage in the way that these people that have like every meta support do, right? And like every unit that gets cycled brings in a new meta support, you know, for the entire team, and they win in, you know, 3 turns. You're not going to be able to do that, generally speaking, even if you're whaling like a motherfucker, let alone someone that's newer and's not whaling, right? Like, you can't, it's completely useless information. Right, it's funny because these whales are like trying to show off and whatnot, but legitimately, the way that they're fighting Fluffy is fundamentally not useful, right? Like, if someone starts the game right now and gets to Fluffy and is getting blown the fuck up, which they will, watching like 95% of the videos on YouTube will not help you at all. It won't even point you in the right direction of how you're supposed to approach the stage, because it's just your account is fundamentally not going to be able to do any of that stuff. Right, it's not even a matter of farming or any of that. So yeah, it's a real problem, right? Like a lot of, and really, I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna say it. I've been lazy this last year, and it's because FGO has been demotivating me. Because like right now, this is the content that's available to me. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Right, literally, what am I supposed to do with this? Right, this is not content worth anything, right? But like because so much of the game has been like this recently, right? And they don't do fun things anymore, like, you know, the Edmund Tower event, and you know, really we just get a challenge quest every like other month, you know, if that, right? That's it. So I'm getting like 1 boss fight that's real every like month and a half, right? Like how am I supposed to, like, I'm a very gameplay focused guy, and that kind, what am I supposed to do? But it's made me really lazy with making videos, and I'm just not doing it. And so I'm not like making good videos to like help people that, you know, want to get into the game, And that was like my thing, right? I used to be the guy that would make like a approachable content that like would help you understand what the fuck is happening, and make it interesting, and let show people that they don't have to use the meta stuff if they don't want to, and so on and so forth. So I need to do more of that. It's just like, I mean, literally, what am I supposed to do right now? Like, what am I supposed to do with a fucking 300,000 health rider boss? Like, the fuck am I supposed to do with that, right? Like, oh man, yeah, I can really show people how to play the game with that. Right, so it's just kind of a problem. But what I found is because I'm so demotivated that when we finally get like a challenge quest or whatever, I don't put as much effort into it as I used to. Because I'm just like, I'm so eye-rolly with this game right now that for the one stage worth a damn, I don't put a lot of effort into it. What I really need to do is just do, I need to put more effort into like main story when main story comes out. It's just kind of hard because it's almost impossible to make videos and stream and like do what I want for both because it's so time consuming for both the way I play. Like it's like, how do I put this? It's like what I do to make a video, like I need to do the stage, you know, with different setups to like figure out which one is the best instead of just making the video the first clear I do, right? Like that takes a minute. And then when I stream, you know, I try to like not get ahead of myself. So like the stream is doing a lot of stuff blind and stuff like that. So I can't do like a lot off stream, like with the videos and stuff. So it's super slow, right? The two ways to make like the stream entertaining, the way to make the videos entertaining are at odds with each other. So I kind of have to pick a lane and like, which I probably should, what I should probably do is really focus on videos when a new main story comes out and then stream after. And like, that's not good for the stream, but fuck it. Right? I think that's probably the better way to do it. Okay, well, yep, this anniversary sucks so far. These stages are lame. They're not the challenge quests or the main story fights. They're super boring. Everyone's defending it by saying these stages are always really easy, but they used to not be. They used to be better way back in the day, but we're way past that. So it sucks, and that is what it is. But that's all we have right now. Hopefully the rest of the anniversary... Like, normal... Back in the day, does anyone remember this? This was a long time ago. But I don't know, like 5 years ago, my favorite part of anniversaries were the memorial stages. They were awesome. They used to be really fun, and you could have a lot of fun with them. Like, I remember you had the harder boss fight with the London Artoria Lancer altar, right? And like, you could solo that with units and stuff, and that was pretty fun. That they don't really do that anymore, right? Yeah, you had like Gwaine and all that. Gwaine was really good. Gwaine was really good because he like made him much harder, which that was really fun. Anyway, but my favorite part of anniversaries haven't been the memorial quests for a long time because they've been really bad for a long time. So what I'm really looking forward to is like the potential for like animation updates or quality of life stuff. You know, maybe story replay. You know, so that's what I'm ultimately looking forward to. Which they may not live up to. But yeah, it is lame that these memorial stages are so bad. Anyways, chat, let's get to the drip. Let's get to the drip tier list. We did not finish the Berserker tier list last time because I had to do some real life stuff. So we still have some Berserkers to do, but not that many. So we're gonna do Pretenders today as well. But yeah, it's drip tier list time, boys. For those that haven't seen me do one of these before, these are the units we've already rated. We call it the drip tier list, but that's not really what it is. It's overall aesthetic. It's just style tier list. Obviously, their drip is a massive part of that. And I think it's kind of fair to call it the drip tier list because the drip is, I'd say, the biggest influence on that, right? But like their hair matters, their weapons matter, right? You know, the cut of their jib matters, you know, that kind of thing. Whoops. Oh God, where did I put him? I think he was around in here. Well, let me just think. I'll just have to think about it again. Maybe it'll change where, I like the mask. I like, you know, the Minotaur thing. The hair is not great with the braid tie thing. You know, not much armor and whatnot. Definitely feel like it's in this department in here. I do love the mask though, and the cool axes. It was S+. Nah, he's not quite that high. Definitely feel like it's in here. I'll give it like right there. It's pretty good. I mean, is it better than this though? And then like the cool red. Why is he this high? I don't really feel like he is. I don't really like. I don't feel like he's better than Ereshigal with the cool red black. Like suits are nice and all, but like his suit's a lot weaker than some of the other suits. I'm feeling about. No, see, even that though, I like more. Yeah, I definitely think I've been overrating Sherlock. I don't know why he was that high, to be honest. Okay, I'm fine with these adjustments here. For now. Wait a minute. Yeah, man, I really feel like Sherlock is way overrated. I don't know why I had him over, like, even William Tell. Okay, well, first up, oh boy, we got Berserker Musashi. Where's she at? Okay, so this one's probably not going to be the winner. I can say that. That's just like swimwear stuff. Although I guess all of them are somewhat swimwear stuff. So, okay, so I've said this before, right? You gotta, no context. I'm not rating the character, like if I like the character or not. You gotta rate their looks independent of like their personality or their voice acting or any of that. Like, I don't like Maeve, but I try not to like have that affect my rating of her style, right? The overall drip and whatnot. Let's see here. So we've just got, you know, very normal swimsuit, which is actually, I guess, kind of nice. A lot of them aren't that normal. Well, I don't know. A lot of them are normal, but they've got some wacky ones. But you got like the, like, toys, swords, or whatever. I don't know about that. But the black teal is fine. I like how if you hit over on the picture, it doesn't actually go to the next stage because the wiki is a joke. So this without context is a little strange, right? It's a girl in a swimsuit with a kind of cool jacket that is clearly obsessed with, like, America. That's kind of what you get out of this. And then, you know, I will say the gun swords are kind of cool. I like gun swords more than, like, the regular katanas. But a lot of what makes these awesome is the attack animations, where you've got, like, the gun sound effects going off, right? And you're, like, shooting bullets down the blade and all that. That's kind of what makes it good, right? We're not really rating if the attack animations does this look good, right? I mean, it's okay. You got, I guess, the cool boots and the you know, the swords are kind of still good on their own, but the whole the super, like, patriotic look, it's kind of whatever. It's nothing fancy, right? It's not awful, but I don't think I would rate that super high. And then this one's a bit more serious, right? It doesn't really even look like a swimsuit that much. It does a little bit, but it's pretty weeby, right? And I'm not too into the weeb stuff. And I'm just gonna say it, these shoes are really dumb, right? It's got nothing to do with practicality or if it's realistic or whatnot. It just looks dumb, right? The whole point is they're designed to look like her toes are missing, but they're not actually that. It's actually her foot's like up here, right? Like that's her foot right here. And then all this other stuff is there to just look like her foot's missing. Why? Like, why are you intentionally designing it to look like, why? That's just the weirdest thing I've, like, ever seen in this game, other than maybe Van Gogh. But that is just so weird. I don't know why they did that, right? Like, I don't care about the realism part, right? Because, like, look at her sword, for God's sakes. You know, this is not realism. That's not the point. It's about, does it look good? Why would this look good? Why would it look good to make it look like your foot's missing? Like, what? Like, and it's designed to be that way. Because, again, that's her foot right there, right? And then this is, like, there's all this extra stuff to make it look like it's missing. I just think that's so weird. That is just so fucking weird. And you can't unsee it. Everyone sees this, by the way, right? Like, anytime you see people that have seen this design and they talk about it, like, when it hit JP, they talked about it on the Reddit and the Discords and stuff, and then when it hit NA, and the NA people were seeing it, right? Everybody is like, what the fuck? Why is her foot missing? Right? And most people think it's a glitch, like there's something wrong with the sprite and stuff, and then inevitably people mention that's not actually the case. It's actually how it's designed, and then they're like, what the fuck, right? That happens over and over and over and over and over again with this design, right? So it's you cannot unsee this, right? So it poisons the whole design. Now, the colors are fine. I think this is actually a decent use of, like, that blurple color, right? I think it's you know, decent. These floating you know, kanji or whatever behind her actually is kind of cool. It's fine. Yeah, the colors are good. I don't think the drip here is too much. It's fine, right? Like, this is fine. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know about the, like, ribbons or whatever here. That's maybe kind of weird, but little details, little pins or whatever. But yeah, the shoes are super stupid, and it's not like Blurple's my favorite color anyway. I'm not crazy about the hair thing. The sword looks kind of fucking stupid. I don't like these coming off of the sleeves. That'd look better if it was coming off of the back, like with the drip here. I actually thought that's what it was, and now that I see that this is coming off of her sleeves, thanks, I hate it. So between the dumb shoes that are just like trying to trip you up and make you think her foot's missing, and these coming off of her sleeves, and then the hair thing. I don't like it that much. I really don't. I don't hate it, though. Though I'm not looking at it and wanting to puke or anything. But honestly, unironically, I think this is the best. I think the patriotic bikini with the just normal fucking boots that give it kind of a Western vibe. You know, obviously I like the Western stuff, right? Because you got the glove. It is kind of at odds though to have kind of like the more Western style boots with the bikini, but that's like trying to go America, right? That's, you know why it's there. It's not like it's a completely normal bikini and then it has boots, which would be really weird. But because it's America, right, you get what's happening here, right? Like unironically, they're trying to make the aesthetic, you know, like that overly, you know, digs the Western thing. And it's because, you know, like it's Masashi and she actually likes that stuff and she thought Billy was like super cool and all that, so that's actually what's happening. But, you know, context aside, if you just have a super America bikini with the guns, that's what makes it work. If you didn't have the guns, it wouldn't work, right? If you didn't have the guns, the boots would not work with the patriotic, you know, bikini colors. That just would not work. But, you know, the jacket's kind of cool, right? I don't know about the colors. The colors don't, like, look that great with this kind of jacket, but the jacket is cool. But, yeah, the guns are good. Unironically, the America stuff is actually better than stage 3, I would say, with this stupid shoes. And it's certainly more interesting, I would say, than this. But I mean, this is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, fuck, I'm giving it to stage 2. Oh yeah, I guess you got the costume, but that doesn't change anything really. It's just if you like tan or not, which I don't have much of an opinion about. So yeah, well, I don't have an opinion here. But yeah, stage 2. I'll give it to stage 2. Where that at? Okay, where does this land? I mean, it is better than some of these other ones we've got. How's it compared to like these swimsuits and whatnot? So even though I don't like Kiyohime, okay, here's the thing about Kiyohime. Her colors are really good, right? And it doesn't really even look like a swimsuit, which is kind of a good thing. And the weapon looks really good. The weapon looks amazing. But this is undeniably, this is part of her aesthetic. And I'm not saying this because I don't like Kiyohime as a character. I would say this even if I didn't know what this character was and I just saw her design. I don't like the cut of her jib, right? I don't like the kind of face that Kiyohime has, that expression, that hairstyle. I don't like that, right? I don't like that kind of anime design, right? she just comes across as the kind of character I'm not gonna like, and that hurts her aesthetic. It does, right? Now, I'm still rating her fairly good, right? All things considered, but she really isn't, and actually, when I think about it, I like the cut of Yu's jib way better, okay? So even though Kiyohime does have the way cooler spear and the cooler colors on her clothes and whatnot, because she's got, you know, a better look about her and the cool sunglasses and stuff, and it's not like her spear's bad, I'm gonna give it to you, actually. So, yeah. Let's see. Where does this go? So, Kama, she's got the cool jacket, right, with the, like, the pockets, right, and she's got the green going on, and the parrot is part of the aesthetic, and the parrot is really awesome. That's a lot to overcome. I think Masashi definitely beats, Scath. Scath's was, you know, kind of just vanilla stuff. With the weird holes, but she had the cool glasses and whatnot. She's still doing fine. Whoa, no. So I like Masashi more. Like, I'd want to give it to Masashi, but if I saw them in a vacuum, I might give it to Kama because of the green. I mean, the green's nice, and the parrot's really nice. So yeah, I think I'll put it right there for now. I think that's fair. Yeah, this is about right. Yeah, the parrot's pretty cool. Okay, we don't need that one. Up next, we got the Dino. I think we know which one of these is going to win. Like, I know my taste, and I don't think there's much that stage 2 and 3 can do, because I'm not crazy about typical Japanese traditional garb, right? And that's very much what this is, with some extra like colorful nonsense, which isn't that positive. Like, who at this point has watched me talk about this stuff and thinks like this stage is gonna win over this? Like, of course it's not. Now, I'll say this, especially if I saw this without context and I didn't know the character, if I just see this design, I'm gonna be like, okay, dinosaur monster thing's really cool, but wearing the like robe thing just kind of takes away from it, right? Just a normal T-Rex looks cooler. I'm just gonna say it, chat. The T-Rexes in Lost Belt 7 that we fight, I like that design more than this. Because it's just a T-Rex. And it's hard to improve on that, right? T-Rexes look amazing, right? And it just looks better. I don't care that she's an Oni. What does that have to do with? And why do people always why do people always do this? What does that have to do with anything? We're not talking about the context. No one looks at this and is like, oh, it's an Oni. This is a fucking T-Rex. They obviously took a T-Rex and then added the horns to be like, look at they got the little arms, the T-Rex legs, the giant This is a fucking T-Rex. Like, shut the fuck up. It literally doesn't matter what the story is, right? I've reiterated that over and over and over and over again. Right? Like, it does not matter what their story is. It matters what the design looks like. Everyone that sees this, it's a goddamn T-Rex with hair and horns and a robe thing. Now, that's not a problem, right? It doesn't make it look bad. You know, it's obviously like a person that can like transform into a T-Rex or whatever, right? So that they've got like more personality than you might expect out of maybe a monster, like a normal T-Rex or something. But the hair ultimately doesn't look as good. Having this drip on just covers up being a cool T-Rex. It's not bad. I don't hate it at all. But it's kind of like a T-Rex that wants to go get comfy and read a book, right? Which is cool, but that's certainly not as cool as just a regular T-Rex. So it's not like the design is super, super awesome. It's crazy to me how often people like bring up context or whatever, like that has anything to do with just talking about if the design looks good or not. Like, it's just stupid. It's not like, it doesn't matter if this is an Oni. It doesn't make it look better. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. And like every single stream, somebody does this. Actually, normally like 4 or 5 people do this. But T-Rexes are still awesome. I still like the design. Big chompy teeth. I don't mind like the robe. It's not like the robe looks bad or whatever. I guess I should really talk about what's actually there though. I mean, the colors are fine. The pattern's not too much. It actually works here, I would say. The inner red part's nice. The actual T-Rex design itself with like the blue stripes, you know, a little weird, but it's not too much. Again, I think it looks better when it's just a more vanilla T-Rex look. That kind of just like straightforward monster look. But they have like the war paint look on a monster, you know, design is fine. It's not like too much. It's not getting too wacky. It doesn't look stupid. Yeah, it's fine. And you know, the dark brown is fine too. No problem there. The other ones, again, just traditional Japanese garb. I don't really care about that. This one's not bad though. I like the hat. The hair's not too much. The ties aren't too much. Like some of these designs they've done are like way over the top. This would actually beat some of the more traditional looks. It wouldn't beat Sitting Master though. I really like Sitting Master because he's like the cool old man look. I really like that. And then this one I don't really like. This is too colorful. The face like stuff getting weird. The makeup stuff just whatever. I don't like the look of that. The monster hands and feet, eh. I don't think that kind of mixes that great. The hair's kind of too long. The color's fine. The color does really good up until right there, right? They're like dark. They're like reddish brown into like orangey red and then straight orange. That's fine. But then it gets yellow, which is probably still fine. But then it gets like a little green. Like nope, that's too much. So if like the hair only went to here instead of all the way down here, it'd be way better. We can't see the cursor. Fuck. Well, I'm not gonna go over it again, so too bad. But here's there we go. Now we have the cursor. And now people are just repeating what I've already responded to. Every time. Anyway. Let's see. Where are we gonna put her? Where did I... There we go. Okay. How much do I like T-Rex? Although it's kind of a downgrade. But if it was a regular T-Rex, actually, it'd be up here. This is definitely not as good as that by any means, but it's not gonna go like way into the negative. I'd say it's about, yeah, about right there. Papa C+. I think that's about right. I think Orion's glowy stuff gives him the edge. T-Rex with a gun. They did do that in Lost Belt 7. All right, Brunhilde. I'm not really sure what my thoughts on this one are gonna be. Now, I'm not really crazy about like stage 1 and 3 because You've got like some like normal stuff, but then they also have a lot of like normal swimsuit stuff, and they kind of doesn't mix too great. I mean, I don't know. I guess this isn't that bad. This isn't like mix and matching any more than some of the other ones. And the colors are actually really good. That's like this blue thing going on right here, and like now her hair and her stuff is like blue instead of purple. This actually looks kind of awesome. Like just the colors here look really good. It's not that bad, and this is kind of all right. I don't know about this thing though. At this point, you might as well just go full swimsuit. This thing is kind of a weird mix. This looks like she's like going to go take a nap or something, but then it's like all flowing and stuff. So I don't know about that. You know, chainsaw sword's all right. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It is really at odds though with like the more elegant look they have going on here. That is kind of odd. I think like just a normal sword would probably be better at that point. But honestly, like the bracers look cool, the shoulder thing looks cool, the hair and all that looks really cool. That's not bad. And you got like the blue and black here, that all looks pretty good. But it is kind of just a swimsuit fantasy design. It's not even that fantasy though, to be honest, just the side stuff. But yeah, the colors are actually good, so that actually would rate better than I thought. Now this is like very normal. Now we're kind of just doing like a dress. But then that, you know, you got the weird chainsaw sword again, but that's just always going to be there. I never noticed this thing. It's like belt thing. I never noticed that. So it definitely adds a bit more fantasy to beyond just the sword. But yeah, it's just a dress. But you got the cool hair thing. The purple's fine. I don't know if I like this purple here like as much, because that was really cool with the hair. But then you've got purple throughout the dress and stuff to match that, so it's still fine. I mean, the color's really good. Purple and black looks great. There's not too much purple. I think they've got a good balance here. Yeah, these are like Ziggurat's daggers, so yeah, I guess it's that's like a thing. But that's like context, so that doesn't count. But they look fine. They look fine. I don't know about the color though there. I mean, it does still match the hair. But no, it's good. I mean, it's just a dress, right? I'm not like crazy about dresses, but it's better than a swimsuit, I would say, for the most part. And it's a cooler looking dress than a lot of the ones we've seen, and it's not getting too weird, right? Some of the dresses they get really wacky with. This is not really that wacky. And the purple black does look nice, and like the hair actually looks better here, I would say, than in her normal stage. This is better than her normal stage, honestly. Her normal stage with the weird sailor uniform mixed in with the gym night stuff, I didn't like that. There's nothing really standing out here that like looks out of place. Everything looks in place, and the colors are really good. Maybe a little too much drip with this. I don't know about all this like, I don't know what the fuck this even is. But a lot of like weird shit hanging off the shoes there. That's a bit much, but overall it's fine, and it kind of matches all the extra bullshit up here, but it is a little much. But let's go. We'll use the stage 2 design. Just I don't always use the design, like if they're similar enough. I don't like care too much, but I'll grab that one. Where does this go? I mean, I would say if I saw the design with no context, I didn't know it was from Fate, I didn't know it was, you know, anything, and I just saw the design, I'd be like, yeah, this sword doesn't really fit, you know, with being so like hefty and like chunky looking. It's more for like a, you know, like a Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, right? I'd be like that. I don't really like how that syncs up with the like the dress look, but you know, everything looks nice regardless. It's probably going to be somewhere in here, I'm thinking. I'd say, like, right there. Just a little bit over. Luvia's dress I don't like as much, and I like these colors a bit more, I would say. But I think it's close. Luvia had some nice stuff going on, like the shoes were probably better, the weapon was probably better, the kind of whole scales, Justice Lady thing was kind of better, but the colors, I would say, overall are definitely better with this one. All right, that's fine though. Did I even look at stage 3? I did not, but I know for a fact it wouldn't win. Yeah, stage 3 is kind of the same problem as regular Brunhilde, where you've got like all this like gym night stuff, right? Which is fine, right? I don't know, this is a bit much though. This whole like, I don't like these hair veil things. This is like an armored hair veil thing, and that's way too much. I don't really like that kind of stuff. Like if it was a hood, I would like that. I think like this kind of hair sticking out of like the hood, that'd be fine. But yeah, she's doing the whole like hair apron cape thing, and I don't like that. But you have like just so much here. You just got like all these like extra bits, all this like gym night stuff again. And then like this handle looks so stupid. I don't like that. But then you're just going like bikini again. I'm not hating on like fan service. It's just either do bikini or do the, like, you know, crazy, overly fancy drip stuff. You know, pick a lane, right? Because all this other stuff is kind of like, you know, inviting it to be more drippy and, you know, flowery and all these like extra things, you know, in the middle area, but then it just doesn't, right? It doesn't really work. Also, the cuffs being kind of like a bride, I don't like that. I know why it's like that in context, and that's fine and all, but for an actual design, that doesn't really look good, right? I do like the flowers, though. The colors are really good. The flowers are fine. I hate the handle on this so much. It looks terrible. But yeah, the bikini look is really at odds with literally everything else. Again, just pick a lane. It'd be fine if they just did one or the other. But yeah, it's a weird look of, yeah, like fantasy kind of like gym night stuff, very lightly, but some of that stuff, and then like flowy bride stuff with like the bridal, you know, headdress thing and the cuffs and whatnot, but then like full on like, you know, summer bikini thing. I guess they're adding some like straps and stuff, but that does not really tie it together. That's kind of cool, I guess. It looks like a fucking ninja star though, which is also incredibly out of place here. Yeah, it's too many things in one place, but the colors are still nice. But, yeah, I would say Stage 2 is the best. And Stage 2 is generally the one I see people using, so... Stage 2 looks like everything goes together other than the sword, right? It's cohesive, and then it's not just it being cohesive, it has good colors still. You know, the black purple is still good. The other ones are not cohesive. Alright, it's the pants. It's the pants lady. But I think Brunhilde's hair is way cooler in her summer form than her normal form, honestly. I think it looks much, much better. It's actually quite cool. If we were doing a hair tier list, it'd be way up there. I don't know if it'd be at the top, but it would be pretty high. Where the fuck? Alright, there we go. Oh boy. Now, I know I've always said like her design matches her story well enough in Fate. But we're not rating if it's a good Fate design, if it fits her legend or any of that. We're just rating, does it look good? And I have to be honest, chat. If I saw this with no context, I would not think this looks good. Like, no way. Right? It's like, the top half is fine, right? It's kind of just traditional Greek stuff, a little fan servicey, but that's fine. You know, kind of nice colors, right? This, like, head thing is fine, right? Cool eyes, right? That's all good. But then, like, what is this? If you see this without context, or you don't already like the character or whatever, this just looks bad, right? It's just this, it's so catching, and it's not even like cool painter pants, right? It's like kind of slightly technological, and it's like, why? Like, you don't even have shoes, you have like trash can bottoms. It's basically two trash cans. It honestly is like two old-timey trash cans. That's very much what this is. That doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to have two trash cans on your fucking legs. And then you got like a wheel on your arm, right? Like I like robot arms and stuff, but this doesn't even. This looks like a wheel or something. It does not look good. And this staff thing isn't that cool either. It's not bad, but it doesn't really look cool. So yeah, top half is fine, but nothing exceptional. And then everything else looks really, really bad, and it's not cohesive at all. It's not even slightly cohesive. So I'd rate this very poorly. I mean, it really does look like that, right? I mean, it's not great. You know, yeah, it makes a funny gag, but that doesn't mean it looks good. This is more cohesive, but I'm gonna be honest, the bikini bottom doesn't really match. I think if we had more like this is kind of typical Greek stuff, so if they kind of kept the more typical Greek stuff throughout, I think that would look a lot better. This thing still looks dumb, like this hammer thing. That's still not looking great. And see, now we're like working in this like robot aesthetic. But there's so little of it. It's not like it's like a full-on robot lady, but then Greek. It's like it's pretty normal, but then you got like this Greek stuff, and then a bikini bottom. This frilly stuff looks stupid, by the way, and then robot legs, right? It's like, why though? And you got this like floating thing here, which is like the only other thing that reinforces like the weird robot thing. I mean, it's a lot of stuff at odds with each other. It doesn't really look that good. Like, I don't like this thing and then on the sleeves, and I don't hate it. I do not hate it. I don't love it either, though. The only thing I really have to say that I like about it is like maybe the eye color and stuff, like with the rest of the color of the overall design. But yeah, I mean, it's just meh. It just doesn't look good. It's not about it being simple. It's that what's there doesn't look cool. A lot of the simple designs actually like. Okay, see, now we're reinforcing the robot stuff a lot more. which I think is better, but then this back here looks really stupid. If it just didn't have this, I would like this one the most. But I think it's easy to see where I'm coming from here, right? If you've got all this extra robot stuff now, because now this is more robot-y, you got the robot stuff here, the arm things are all robot-y, right? We need more robot stuff in here, right? And again, they're trying too hard to be fan servicey. I don't think anything bad happens if you see, you know, people's skin, but this isn't the time for it, right? You could do the shoulders and maybe like midriff or something, but like just going full on like micro bikini and all that just doesn't work with all this like heavy duty stuff, right? It's not a good mix. I've always thought that looks tacky. Either go like full on lighter, right, and like don't have all this extra stuff here, right, and just have like the robot stuff like way lighter, like maybe like robot stuff in her skin or something like that instead of all this extra stuff, right? Either do that or go full on like robot stuff, right? But this back thing looks really tacky, and it's also really commanding, right? Your eyes are really going to see this. You're not gonna like this is such a noticeable part of the design, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't like that at all. I don't mind it though. This is probably the best because the first stage is just so stupid looking. And the second stage just there's nothing going for it. So I think stage 3 is the best, but it's not really that big of a difference. They're all just kind of meh. But that one is probably the best, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's probably gonna be okay. It's better than Carmella because Carmella's got the dumb sleeves, the dumb mask, and the dumb nails. All Carmella's got going for is like that cool silvery like bronze stuff. Like that's it. Probably like right there. Nothing great. It's definitely a bit on the negative. Yeah, I really can't justify putting any higher than that. Yeah, I think even Mothman stage 3 is better. She beats all of Mothman's other stages. She blows those out of the water, but yeah, I think that's about right. 1 second, chat. I need to get food real quick. I gotta throw something in like the toaster oven or something because I'm dying over here. Yeah, look, man, I like Carmella as a character, and, you know, there's a few things about her design that I don't mind, but it's just overwhelmed by, like, you can't say the nails look good. You can't, like, the mask looks dumb. Like, if it was a more normal mask, it'd be fine. But, like, the weird, you know, like, kind of almost like a Plague Doctor thing doesn't work. And, like, the giant fucking sleeves look pretty ridiculous, so. Anyway, I'll be right back. One moment. I'll pick some egg roll. That's what I'll do. Okay, chat. I have made the mistake of there is nothing in my house that I can eat quickly. I have loads of food that I can fix and take a while, and I'm like super starving. But I just gotta wait. I got food in the toaster oven, but I'll just have to wait. This happens to me a lot because I have very little appetite because I don't have a lot of taste. So what'll happen is I'll just be going through my day, not even thinking. I really have to work on this. I won't even be thinking about food. And I won't realize I haven't eaten in a long time. And then all of a sudden, I'm like crazy hungry because I like haven't eaten in way too long. It sneaks up on me. But yeah, that's what happens when you don't like think about eating too much. But yeah, I got food coming, so just gotta let it cook. Let me cook, chat. Let me cook. All right. Oh my god. Okay, I am not gonna get into the many reasons I don't like how they changed Morgan into Lost Belt Morgan. I wish we had just gotten regular Morgan. Let's just not get into that. I'm not gonna let my dislike for the Lost Belt nonsense. All right, we're gonna just talk about the design. Right, it's just design. Doesn't matter which version of Morgan it is. We're just the design. No bias here, chat. Okay, so stage 1. This pink is so out of place. What the fuck? Like, the design is fine for the most part, but the pink is super out of place. However, I don't like these like ribbons. There's way too many of them. I've been mentioning these a lot when they pop up, but like, why? Like, it just would look better without. And it's kind of weird too because she's got like this serious business face going on, right? But then she's just got like these are just so not in sync with like her vibe, right? It's kind of weird. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, why she would have like these like really ribbon things. Right? It's very girly when everything else about this is not really all that girly. This thing's pretty lame looking. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably the best one of the lot, although maybe not. We'll see. But cut this whole bit. Cut this whole like brittle, stupid rim thing out and just have like this spear thing. Then it's totally fine. Then it's actually pretty cool, right? Like, just have spear thing, right? With like the blue, power stuff. That's totally fine. The bottom part's totally fine. No issue with the bottom bit. But yeah, this like little rim thing is just kind of silly looking. I don't really like the way that looks. But the black, blue, that's always fine. There's not too much white. You got to be careful when you add in white, black, and like another color, but that's fine. There's not too much white. These sleeves are pushing it with the poofy, but they're not too poofy. They're poofier than I would like, but they're not so poofy that I hate it, right? But I hate the pink or red or whatever. It's not even a bad color. It's so out of place here. Like, just make this blue or white or black. Like, why the fuck is it? Like, does anyone think that color looks good with everything else? Right? I'm really I really don't like it. I'm really confused as to why it's there. I will say, I think this part of the skirt would look better if it was black, especially with the blue right here. I think this being black would just look better. You really don't need the white. The white doesn't run it, like the pink kind of does. But I don't think you need the white at all. I think you could just go black, black, blue and stuff. But yeah, I don't. If you wanted to add a hint of color, that's fine. This isn't how to do it. If you wanted to add a hint of color, or that's not blue, like a different color, have like a necklace. You could have like a green necklace, like a green jewel or something, or a blue jewel or a red jewel. Because if you want to do like the red here, you could have like a red jewel on a necklace up here. Do something like that. That's way better than just this is just so out of place. Not a fan. All right, let's look at stage 2. I don't really remember what's what stage here. This is better. It's more concise. Everything goes to better. Pretty much everything is better here except for this. Oh god, why did I have to see this? I hate this yellow here so fucking much. Everything else is so much better. Even the spear's better. It's a little big, but it's just more. It doesn't have that weird loopy thing. Like the spear looks much better. But why? This looks so bad. I don't mean the whole thing. I mean the yellow. The yellow and blue looks really shitty anyway. And it looks especially bad when you have yellow on blue and then everything else is fucking black and white. That looks awful. Make this thing here, make this black. Make this symbol on the blue here, make it black. That look way better. Or make this drip thing here black and then make this symbol thing blue. Right? Like, literally, what the fuck are they doing here? Like, this is throwing. This is actually throwing. Now, when you're far away, it's easy to not notice it. But my god, if you're looking at it right here, it's very distracting. Like, how bad this yellow and blue looks. And then I don't like the yellow right here either. Like, that should be black or not there at all or white. I mean, anything but fucking yellow. Hell, that would look better as the red as they used before. right? Like honestly, if you make even this part red, no, that would probably look really bad. But the inner coat now is black, which looks way better. The whole thing just kind of, you know, it's kind of flowy dress thing, but it's not too much, right? They're not going too far with the skirt. I mean, I don't know. It's a little much right here, like point to point here. That's kind of weird. If you actually really look at it, it does look like she's got like some crazy poofy, like almost peacock thing going on, right? Obviously, you're not getting the tail thing, but it really is a bit much down here. But for the most part, it's fine. You got like the hood thing back here. That's fine. The colors are still fine, except for the yellow. The yellow fucking sucks. It's not bad. It's not bad. The hair is not too much. The color gets a little weird, but that's fine. I don't think it's too much. Spear is better. So far, stage 2 is definitely the best. I really do hate this, but everything else is fine. You know, black and blue just look good together. You got this kind of like, I will say, this little spacey thing here. It's almost like it's like 3 sets of eyes or something. I don't know about that. I don't mind like the black teal, but I don't know if we really needed this bit. You know, the other blue bits are fine. Like I think that would have been enough. That is a little strange, but it's fine. Yeah, it is a little blendery close. It's not too blendery because it's kind of concise where it's just the mid thing. It'd probably look better without this though, especially with all this extra flowy stuff. Oh god, this actually looks really stupid where, see look, this is white, but then this is skin, but you can barely tell that this is white. It almost just looks like skin, right? That looks really weird. This whole bit looks, it's almost like an optical illusion in here. That's not great. Yeah, that bit's not great, and this yellow bit here is not great. That's so weird because I just realized that's her leg, but it's like that's the inside of her leg, but it almost looks like because of like this and then the white, that's really weird. It actually makes it look like her midsection's off center, even though it's not. That's what it really looks like. It looks like her midsection's off center. That's actually so fucked. Why did you have to say that? Like, why did you have to say that? That looks so weird. But yeah, it is kind of blendery here. That it'd be better if it was just the midsection or just the hips. You know, again, pick a lane. I think doing both, especially with this like this white side thing, that just makes the whole thing look really strange. Like if it's just the mid thing, I don't think it looks like Blender stuff. It really doesn't. Like that's not a big deal. But yeah, with let me see it in this art. Yeah, it is kind of, this is kind of weird. It makes her hips look like they're more aligned, right? They look really fucked up on the other one. This is still probably the best one, and I like this thing. I like the blue here. I guess that's why they did it on the shoes. I guess it's okay. I don't like that. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, this is dumb as shit. It's like there's like some thing connecting it. That's just getting way too extra. Okay, that's dumb. There's a lot of like details I don't like. Right, the basic concept is fine, right? And this happens all the time in Fate. I'm gonna use this as an example of just like so many things wrong in Fate and a lot of anime designs, right? It's just not enough to just do like this like black dress thing. It's a little bit revealing with the blue, black thing going on with like the heels and all that. You can't just do that. No. You've got to add like this weird like, you know, extra thing here. You got to do this, whatever the fuck this is. You got to add this like yellow. You know, they just always have to add stuff to it that just doesn't need to be there. Now this is not the worst case of that, not even close, right? A lot of times what they'll do is they'll add like some crazy bullshit that's not like the fucking swirly thing on Space Ishtar's like robe, you know, like crazy like drill thing, right? And like all the cotton candy bits and all the other like random things just stuck on it, right? That's like, this is not like that bad, but like why do we need this? Like literally, why do we need this little X thing? But anyway, yeah, the colors are fine and whatnot. Now see, stage 1 really hides like the pink down there, and it looks all right. But my god, I hate that pink stuff, and that's a big part of it. Now we get like really, like this is really flowy, right? And I'm generally not big. Oh my god, and she's got Jude. Oh, if I saw this out of context. So like, I don't know, it's actually kind of worse in context because, you know, Morgan tries to be pretty serious, but then she's got like this hair ribbon, which that on its own was fine before, but then she's got the ribbon back here too. And then the ribbon here. I don't like that. Right, again, you got this like fucking halberd thing. This is way too big though. This is like a stereo's too big with like stage 2 and 3. Like a stereo stage 1, halberd is fine, but this is like a stereo stage 2, and that's not fine. This is too much now. Yeah, not really a fan of that. So okay, at this point we got some problems because like the mid section being like that was fine before, but now that you got like this really heavy duty skirt going on, now it's kind of weird. And then you got the spikes. So you got like the spikes, you got the extra crown, you got this heavy duty ribbon, you got this really big flowy thing. Now it's kind of at odds with each other. Yeah, I don't really like the spikes with the, you know, if you're gonna go heavy. Again, pick a lane. It's like, so we're getting kind of like, you know, Vlad extra kind of stuff here with all these spikes. You know, we're getting all, you know, mean looking, but then we got like, you know, very light, flowy, almost girly stuff with the ribbon, especially because of the ribbon, but then really heavy duty with the dress and all that, which then has no spikes, right? This isn't like a metal, you know, like dominatrix dress or anything. They're not doing anything like that. This is just like a big flowy skirt thing, but then we have spikes, but then we got whatever this is, but then we got ribbons, and then we got this fucking halberd oversized wand. It's kind of too much now. Now we got like all this like weird stuff going on. The colors are fine. It gets rid of all the weird stuff. See, this is very frustrating, right? It's like, fix some things, run other things, right? They don't have like those weird yellow symbols. Like those really sucked. I really did not like the yellow and blue. This has none of that. The colors are way more concise. No colors stand out. No colors look out of place. But I don't like this giant fucking wide ass weird dress thing. But that with this being so heavy duty, that makes the more like lightly clothed stuff up here look bad. Again, pick a fucking lane. And yeah, this just doesn't work. This just makes the top part look worse, and then I don't like giant dresses generally anyway. So it just sucks because this one has the best colors. This one absolutely has the best colors. But I don't know, this doesn't really work for me, and I don't like the spikes don't work because there's nothing else reinforces this like spiky stuff. And then you got the one in the chest that looks pretty stupid. That honestly, that looks really fucking stupid. So that just doesn't really work. Like if you're gonna do the spike thing, you don't have to have loads of spike things, but add like something, right? Like have like a belt or some shit. And then we got the veil. Now the thing about the veil one, this evens out a lot better. Because now that you got this, I still don't like this giant drip thing. You know, it's like, I don't like this giant poofy dress. But now everything else matches because now this is more in sync with that. So this looks more like, it just looks more cohesive, right? And yeah, we got gloves now, which is nice. Actually, the gloves are really nice. That works really well. The only thing I don't like is this right here. This like Pope thing, because nothing else about this looks very popey. But, so this looks like she's just like, randomly picked up something, you know, from a different outfit and put it on here. The colors are okay though. Like, see, they got the yellow again, but that's a bit darker yellow, and then it's on white. That looks so much better than on the blue. God, you have it again right here. You got that fucking blue, baby blue shit with the yellow. I hate that. Now it's super hard to see. It's not as distracting. It's not nearly as distracting. The main thing is I just don't like how like flowy this is, and I don't really like this bit, the embroidery bit there, and like this thing. If you cut that, it'd be... So there's just something wrong with all of them, and the main... Okay, this is just better than stage 3 though. The main thing I don't like about this really is this. I do not like this halberd. This looks fucking stupid. I really, it's just way too big, and nothing about it matches, like, because even if you don't know who Morgan is, it just doesn't match this like character wearing like a dress with the hair and all that. Oh yeah, I don't like this hair either. Now we have, what the fuck? Was that in stage 3? So, yeah, it gets really big in stage 3. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, chat, can we have stage 2's weapon? Right? Can we have stage 2's weapon with most of stage 3, but then just like cut this thing and then have the hair from stage 1, right? So can we have stage 1 hair, stage 2 weapon, right? And then everything else stage 3, and then just get rid of this thing. And then it's actually really good. Then I'd actually say I really like it. But there's just something really wrong with every stage. But there is good enough things to compensate for it. Oh God. I mean, honestly, I kind of like stage 2 the best if I don't look at it carefully. Because the hair's fine and the weapon's fine, and if I don't notice this, there's just, it's overall, I think, the best. But if I really look at it carefully, I think this one's the best. like, if I'm really like, examining it, I think this one's the best. And the veil is cool. I do think the spikes are maybe a little big. I think they should maybe just go up to like here. I think they're just a little wide and a little tall. But it's fine. I do think the crown, kind of evil crown and veil thing is pretty cool. The veil is good. The veil and the gloves do add like a good bit of drip to this. It's just a little bit not my style with how like flowy and poofy the dress is. That's just a bit much. And I just hate this. I fucking hate this. It's just so out of place with everything else. Like, you kind of want like a sleek look with all this, and then this is so not sleek. But the veil thing is really, really cool. Like, that's really, really cool. The hair is a bit much, though. I don't like how crazy that is. But yeah, it's good colors, good gloves, good veil. You know, they didn't do anything weird with the shoes or anything. You know, I got this right here, but it's normal and it fits the more like dressed up look. So overall, it's pretty good. I mean, I don't mind it. I do like the colors a lot. I just really, really hate this thing. I don't even know what stage to rate. I don't think I'm going to use stage 3 for the picture on the tier list, but I think I'm just going to kind of rate them together, right? It's kind of just lady and kind of weird cutty dress thing and or veil with sometimes a good weapon, but sometimes a really bad weapon, right? I'm just going to have to kind of make it a collage. We'll go with, I'll go with stage 2 for the picture, but I think I do think I like the costume the best. I think the veil is cool enough that it wins. The only one that just straight up doesn't like have anything going for it really is stage 3. Got the bad weapon. The dress look doesn't match the top, you know, being more skimpy. It just doesn't work. And then the weapon is bad too, and the hair is bad. So yeah, I don't know if we have the costume or not. I'll have to go to stage 2. We're kind of just generically rating Morgan's overall drip with all of them combined. We do that sometimes. It's because I don't have super strong feelings. There's something right and wrong about all of them. It's definitely kind of in this area, I would say. I really do like the colors. Semiramis has got that really shitty bottom of the dress. Everything else with Semiramis is a lot more cohesive, and I like that. And I like the brown and all that. That's cool. But the nails in the hands and the bottom of her dress are really, really negative. I'll put it right there. I think she barely can overcome this guy because he's fairly vanilla with just like the cool mask and all that. Doesn't have a lot going on, where she does have really good colors. And, you know, most of the dress looks fine, right? If it's just, there's always something slightly off. Something's matched with it a bit wrong. But like in overall, I'd say it looks pretty good. So I think she barely beats this. But I don't think she can overcome Cleopatra there. I don't think she quite getting there. But yeah, it's fine. I like it. I think it's pretty good. You know, it's above neutral. You know, like, I think the colors are really, really good. And like the veil looks really cool. The gloves, if she's got them, are really cool. Yeah, my God, like this needs the gloves. I think this would look way better with the gloves and stuff. And it matches like the black gloves match the black shoes and stuff, right? So yeah, that's a missed opportunity there. Okay. I'll just put that wherever. Oh. Say Berserker. I don't know if this is gonna do so well. I have no idea which one of these is gonna be the best one. Okay, this one's the worst. This is awful. These colors are terrible. The yellow in the hair does not work. That yellow is so much better when it's black. That is just so bad. I don't like these things. That's not working. The only thing I kind of like is the belt. That's like the only thing that I like here. Yeah, it's not great. I guess the jacket's kind of okay, but I don't like this thing. I don't like that. The hair is just so bad. Oh my God, the hair is atrocious. That's like Say's worst hair. I don't know, her stage 2 in her other form is pretty bad. Okay, the hair is much better here. The less red is actually better, I would say, than like the really heavy red in her archer form. That's probably her best hair that she's had. Okay, this is all right. It's green, so I'll give that a pass. You know, go with the whole like hip DJ look. It's okay. I don't hate the ear things. The jacket is good. It would just look better if she actually wore the damn thing. Right? Like the jacket's actually awesome with the green highlight. Fucking white, black, green highlight. Looks awesome, right? Kind of more the modern jacket. You know, goes with the hat and it goes with the ear things. That's actually really good, right? Like the jacket, ear things, a head bit. That's all really solid, and her hair's not too bad. It's, I think, a lot better than a lot of her other hairstyles. But then she's not actually wearing the jacket, right? Again, I'm not hating on human skin. It's fine if you want to show off some skin, but this is not the way to do it, right? You got this, like, really cool jacket and all that, but you're not wearing it, right? Like, put the jacket on properly, and this would look a lot better, right? Like, seriously, the jacket head thing is a really good combo. It's not bad. But it's just kind of run by the way she's wearing it. Big dummy. But, these socks, what the fuck? Okay, say Stan, I need, even you, I doubt, like, that, what the, this is, even if you're going with the more, like, crazy, wacky, all over the place, you know, like, intentionally have the jacket, you know, all these different colors, like, what? Like, what? They're just, like really weird, like, the old-timey pattern, like, grandpa socks, right? And then it's, like, normal colors, but everything else is, like, really colorful. Like, why? That is super out of place. That's, and yeah, she has 2 socks, actually. But, like, this part is weird. Like, just cut this part. What's the say stand defense for this? That really is out of place, but I don't like the purple. I don't like the purple kicks. It's not like the design of the shoes is bad, but with, like, the red, the green, the yellow, like, we've got enough color here. Right, the purple bracelet thing and the purple here, that doesn't work, right? This should either be black or the yellow or the green, right? And same for these. You can make these black, you can make them yellow, you can make them green if you want to be really colorful. That would be fine. The purple don't work, right? The purple don't work. I mean, this is not bad, though. It's better than I thought. I just wish she was actually wearing the jacket properly. I think it just looks kind of dumb as is. And I don't like the heart. And it's not my style there, but yeah, the head thing's cool. The ear things are cool. The hair's fine. It's not too much color. You know, it's definitely zoomer, but it's all right. And the jacket is really cool, but yeah, it could be a lot better. The socks are really whack. All right, let's see stage 3. This just doesn't work for me at all because it's like half really fancy and then half really not. Again, pick a lane. You know, either go swimsuit or go like, I don't even know what to call this, but you know, dress or whatever. It's so random. I know that's like kind of say shtick, but the hair is fine. I don't really like the glasses. That doesn't really work. Green, that's good. The black with green here looks fine. Look, you got these like really fancy like cuffs, like a full-on dress cuffs, right? And then you got like this like big dress thing and all that, but then you're really dressed down here. And then why Sailor you? What the fuck? Oh god, it's like Brunhilde again. Why? It's even more dressed down though. But again, it's just pick a lane. Pick a goddamn lane. Yeah, it's because of the beach thing, right? And if you know it's like a beach thing, it's fine. But like, it's so not beach. Everything else about it's not like swimsuit in the slightest, right? Like not even a little bit with these shoes and the cuffs and all that. It just, yeah, this one's not great. The colors are okay. It is very vibrant, and I'm picky about that stuff. But it's actually fine. You know, if it had like a bunch of other bullshit colors mixed in, it'd be too much, but the colors actually are fine. Jesus, not that one though. I'll give it to stage 1. I just think the jacket carries like a motherfucker. Like the jacket's really solid. So say, what's your defense for the socks here? I feel like these socks are just so out of place, right? Like we got this cool head thing and jacket. We got kind of the hip thing going on. But then like boomer socks. Like what the fuck? It's not even an age issue because like this is not the kind of socks kiddos wear. This is boomer socks. Like unironically, this is a boomer thing. Like it's so weird. Like everything else we're doing like young hip stuff, and then we got boomer socks. Like what are we doing? But yeah, I'll give it to stage 1. The colors are pretty good. The jacket's good. The head thing's good. This is fine. The hair is probably her best hair that she's got in any of her forms. The colors overall are just fine. I just don't like the purple. The purple is the only thing I don't like. And I just wish she wore the jacket. The jacket is cool enough. I wish she was like wearing it proper. I don't like hate bikinis, but I don't like them enough to like, the bikini should not be taking away from the jacket because the jacket is better. But, it's fine. This is one of her better, stages, I would say. You know, I don't really like the cut of her jib. I just have to be honest. I know Say Stan's gonna hate it, but it's like, Say is just, it's not even about her character. It's just like the kind of young, hip, you know, blah, 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 blah look. It's just not really my scene, right? But the colors are good. The jacket is good, right? It's not a catastrophe, right? It is not a catastrophe, but yeah, it is getting a little VTuber in here, and yeah, it's just not my. I don't like the cut of her jib, right? But it's not awful. It is absolutely not awful. I don't loathe it. There are things there that I can appreciate, like I said, the jacket and stuff. So it will get. I have to say, I like it more. Also, she doesn't. Oh my God! How did I not mention this? Even though the color of these shoes is not great, you know, these are just kind of like, you know, young hip, you know, shoes or whatever, right? They're not like these weird reverse ice skates that are missing the back part, which just looks so fucking stupid, right? And these kind of like these kind of match the like jacket and whatnot, right? With the kind of vibe, right? So the shoes work for the most part. It's just not the color. That's way better than the fucking shoes of regular archers say. So I think it definitely beats that. I think the hair is better. I think pretty much almost everything about this is better. Where does it end up though? Probably somewhere in here. It's probably better than that. Maybe like... I mean, I love Jekyll and Hyde as a character, but his drip is so bad with those pants. Those pants are just the worst thing ever, but I don't think she beats that. I'd say about right here. So C+, so in roughly the neutral area, which I think is fair. For those that don't know, C+, I would say, is for the most part neutral. If you get really high on it, though, you're maybe getting a little positive. At the very bottom of it here, you're getting maybe like, it's like these ones right here are maybe a little negative. It's mainly just these three. But most of C+, I would say, is neutral. But it's a little bit positive in the higher parts of it. But yeah, I'd say like right here, like here, Hime, and down is neutral, and then U and up is a little positive. And then C is like negative, but there's maybe some redeeming qualities. I don't like hate it. You know, there's aspects of it that I generally will like, but overall it's maybe not my style, and or there are things I don't like about it as well. So it's like, it's definitely negative. It's just not like crazy negative. But near the bottom of it though, it's getting fairly negative. Like the bottom of C is getting like, okay, this is not so great. And then D is very negative. Like D is just negative, right? It's just negative. Maybe there's a redeeming quality to it, maybe like at the top part of it. But it's not nearly enough to outweigh all the things I don't like about it. I will say, actually, this really does deserve to be there. Even though I don't like it, there's a lot I don't like about it, but I don't think it deserves to be straight D because it does have the laurel and stuff. If it was stage 1 and 2, though, it's like the fucking like burgundy. Oh my God, I cannot believe how much I hate that. Like that really like burnt burgundy with the white dress. I hate that so fucking much. But I think bottom of C actually is fairer for that. Oh, because like these other ones really are a lot more negative. And then I think this is self-explanatory. I don't think I really need to talk about this. So I didn't change that picture. Can did, so I need to fix that. Where is? Oh, we probably don't have the other picture, but whatever. We didn't even rate her costume. All right, here we go. Now we got a real Berserker, boys. Okay, so unlike some of these other ones, I don't think his 3 colors really change the vibe much. Yeah, it really doesn't. Some of those other ones, it was pretty noticeable. So blue has won a lot, but red wins this one. And it's because this is red. This right here is red, and the eye here is red. And then this being red, that's just better, right? Like seriously, it's not like the blue with like his skin or the sword looks bad. But yeah, him being blue and stuff, and then it being red up here, that doesn't really work. So yeah, this one's the best. Although the black works too. I actually like the black better for this. This thing being black and the bracers being black, I think is better than the red. Cause like this is black, but then burgundy. The only, as much as I like green, the only issue, like this sword in a vacuum looks awesome. Like the green and black looks good, but the green and like red here that's not the best. But I like the black enough that I actually think the green wins. Yeah, like the black with the tan skin and stuff. Yeah, I think this is best. I don't think the green takes away too much. I think this one wins. Now for the sprite, they don't incorporate, unfortunately, the custom colors. So it doesn't matter. But like for these, I do like to rate them, and I think this wins. For this one, we just picked the one with no emblem because it just doesn't matter. Okay, so where do we start? There's really only like one thing I don't like about that, and that is this. That we got like almost like this bell-bottom look into like the straps, and like it seems like really modern, and then the straps and armor don't, and then no boots. This should have boots. Like if he had some like war boots or something, especially with the armor here, that'd look way better. I really just don't like that. I don't like the look of like his feet are sticking out, and it just looks weird. And then like especially with this thing right here, this white, I really don't like that with the straps. That's the only thing I don't like though. The like kind of barbaric war pelt, you know, animal pelt, like goat thing going on really fits the Berserker vibe. You know this is a Berserker without knowing anything, right? You just see this, you know what this is, and I love that. The war paint on here is fine. The weapons look, you know, they're pretty fantasy. They're, you know, maybe a little large for my taste. But it's not too large to make it look like stupid to me. I still think it looks fine. Almost kind of like, you know, butcher machetes kind of going on. You know, again, fits the, you know, barbarian look. I think he can pull off the no shirt look. I think maybe some chainmail or leather would still look fine, but I think he can totally pull off the shirtless look. The belt maybe looks a bit like a fucking wrestler belt. I don't know about that. But the pants are fine. The armor here looks cool. I just wish because of the armor here, I wish it didn't have like these flared bottoms and all that. That doesn't work. And I wish we maybe had like maybe armored gauntlets to match this, right? I think you could have the armored gauntlets and still have the shirtless look. Be all right. Like I think that's fine. But I love the like war, you know, skin pelt, just grrr look, right? That he's got going on. I like it. And he's got the two weapons, like he's just ready to swing. I like it. I gotta say though, because of the weird bottom thing going on here and the lack of armor and stuff, and I'm not hating on the shirtless look, that's not really the problem, but I don't like it as much as some of the other ones, right? I think I like it more than the assassin one. The assassin one had the really cool mask, but everything else was a little off. I do not like it as much as like the Lancer and the Saber one, right? Those two have been like absolute top tier. They've been amazing. For the Berserker one, I like it. I certainly like it, but I'm not crazy about it. I think it looks better than Herc though, with no context. I really just don't think Herc's strip was that great. I really don't. He's got the cool hair, but overall, I think this guy does look way better than Herc with no context. I really mean that. They have a very similar vibe. It's just, this is better. Like, this is basically Herc's vibe, but better. Right? It's a bit, you know, I like the weapons a bit. They're a bit cleaner. I think the pelt adds to it. I think that's just, you know, that balances out the really lack of armor everywhere else. The armor on the legs is fine. I like this just overall look more than the skirt thing. I just don't like this bit right here. This bit right here is pretty blah. But yeah, I dig it. I do dig it. How much? How much? It's definitely higher than this. It's definitely going to be like somewhere in here. So I would actually rate it higher than Leonidas if it wasn't for the bottoms. Like, I just like the mean top look and the swords and all that. But the bottom and no shoes and all that, I really don't like that. So I think it's gonna go, yeah, about right here. I think even Lion King just edges it out a little bit. You know what? I think I even got to give it to Shiki a little bit here. Shiki's got the cool jacket and hair and all that. So yeah, I think Shiki wins out just a little bit. Yeah, it's about here. I mean, I like it. I mean, it's really solid, and I think it's really, and B+ is, you know, quite positive. Because the top of C+ is getting a bit positive, and then B is just positive tier. And then B+ is like, okay, now I'm really starting to like this, right? Like, this is quite nice. So, yeah, he does well. He does well. But, yeah, him and the Assassin one are definitely way behind these two boys. I'll be interested to see how that goes as we get to the other classes and stuff. I love rating them. I cannot wait to see where they all end up. Okay. We got Kriemhilda, or whatever the fuck. Kriemhild or something. The cream. Okay, well, we'll start with stage 1. So, you know, it looks like a funeral dress, which I think is what they're kind of going for. But it looks pretty good. You know, just straight black looks fine. Getting a little poofy here, but it's not too much. This is like right on the edge, but it's fine. I think this works. You know, it's very fancy looking, but the whole thing looks very fancy looking, so it's concise. So that's good. Yeah, it's not too much. I like that the squiggly hair is a bit much, but overall the hair's pretty good. I like the colors. The kind of like dead skin look I think is okay, especially with the kind of funeral dress get up. So we got the one thing is, you know, the sword is kind of odd with the you know, funeral look, but that's kind of the whole shtick with the fantasy. You kind of get, again, if you saw this design, you get that it's like some magical shit. The sword looks awesome. This is a great sword design. It's a little brittle up here. That's the only thing I don't like, is the brittle handle. I don't really like that, and it being kind of like brittle like in here. But I love the kind of just evil demon look with like the eye and this glowing. That looks fucking awesome, right? That looks great. And this may be a little modern. It's not like the boots look bad. It's just that it's a little modern for everything else. But it's fine. I don't think it's a big deal. And it kind of works with the sword, right? It's kind of like she's got a funeral look, but you know, it's not completely funeral, right? That's the thing. Like that. Those are the two things that are kind of off. But it's fine. It's all right. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good. I like the just the straight black dress looks good. I don't mind it. She is a 4-star. Yes, she's a 4-star. 5.5 or 6.5. Excuse me. But no, I like it. If I was gonna rate that one, it'd rate pretty high. But we'll get into that in a second. Now, it's not like, okay. Here's the thing. This is a lot like, chat's gonna hate it because they hated me when I did this before. This is a lot like Attila Berserker's with her dress, right? It looks fine. I don't hate the like train conductor look. You know, fucking was it tour guide to the underworld from Yu-Gi-Oh? That look is fine. I have no problem with it. Totally fine look. It doesn't match the character, and I don't mean that in context of knowing the character. If I saw this design, I'd be like this kind of peppy, you know, design, kind of upbeat, you know, tour guide or whatever. But then she's got this depressed as fuck look, dead, you know, almost zombie skin, right? What? Like it just doesn't work. This. I feel exactly about this like I did about Atalante Berserker's, you know, dress. The dress looks fine. Atalante looks fine, but the two together just were at complete odds with each other. Now the one thing is, I saw that I don't like this. The gloves, I don't like that. Just normal gloves. Either no gloves, that would look fine too, or normal gloves. You can maybe do fingerless gloves, but like this part is completely full on, but then it's like so light on the sides here, but then on the back, that looks so dumb. I just don't like that. Gloves or no, like Jesus Christ. Fingerless gloves are fine, but then the palmless gloves, because kind of what this is palmless gloves, that just looks stupid. I don't like that look at all. It's just not my look. And it really is kind of at odds with everything else. Again, it kind of feels like they had to do that one weird thing. And maybe the belt looks a little weird. You know, it's like jewels and stuff, and there's not much else to go along with that. That's a little weird. So yeah, the gloves and this part of the belt thing, and you got another belt here, so that's kind of weird. This is a little poofy, but I don't think it's even a sleeve. It's more like a little like cape thing. That's fine. I love this symbol. That symbol looks really cool. I like the hat. The hat's fine. The colors are great. The kind of like skirt into booty things, right? That's fine. It doesn't look too bad. But the gloves are kind of shite. The sword still looks amazing though. Oh my god, dude, this sword looks great. It is weird though. Again, like I think the kind of sword look with the funeral dress made a bit more sense, even for like a fantasy look. This is a little weird. This, even in a fantasy setting, it's kind of weird to have this really evil. That's my point, right? Exactly like Attila, man, with the dress. The sword looks like she means business. The sword looks mean, demonic. You know, you kind of can get that with the funeral dress. It's like my husband died and I'm pissed, right? You get that without knowing anything about the character, right? Where this looks like I'm a train tour guide and I'm pissed. That doesn't work nearly as well, right? And there's just this like the skirt and the boots and stuff make it look more like upbeat, right? But then you got this demon sword zombie face look. It's really at odds. So though I like the dress just fine, and I like the sword and her look just fine, they don't go together. So this stage is not going to win at all. And just like Atalante, I like the dress probably the most, but it's not cohesive with the character design. That's part of the aesthetic. Okay, this one's pretty good. Yeah, it's a lot like Artoria with like the armored dress thing, and when they do that, I don't like the poofy skirt so much. But I like these colors actually more than Artoria. These colors are really good, and it goes really well with her kind of, you know, really pale skin. This is kind of like Lily, but more badass, right? Lily's very peppy and whatnot. This is kind of like Lily, but a little bit more armored, you know, a little bit meaner. And then you got the demon sword and the creepy skin, and like these, you know, more stompy boots. The only thing I don't like about the, what the fuck is this? Like that looks like, you know, like spit drip, or a spider web or whatever, which I guess they're trying to add a little bit. The thing is, you can have that. They already got that little bit of creepy, that little bit of like demon stuff going on, right? That's just too much. This little connection thing, that's too much, right? You've already got this like spike thing going on. That's fine. You know, they're kind of just edgy in general. That's fine. And you've got like these, you know, straps, and you got the spikes on the sword and the spiky tiara, whatever. You've already got enough, right? Like that just looks stupid. Like, yeah, that seriously, that looks dumb as shit. But everything else is fine, right? The rest of the, like, the armored boots are fine. The sword's really cool. The colors are good. These shoulder pads are good. I really like this jewel here. I actually think that's great. That's what, like, that one Morgan design needed, right? Instead of doing the color at the bottom, putting like a color right there. That looks good. That's like exactly what I'm talking about. If anything, this should be more vibrant. That could like match this. That would look awesome. You can make the jewel just slightly bigger, not way bigger, but just slightly bigger, and make it match the color of this, like this kind of orange red instead of like the dark red. That would look amazing. That kind of sucks they didn't do that. But yeah, it doesn't need to keep the heel in place, right? Because this doesn't look brittle, right? So actually, I guess it is kind of on the back instead of, yeah, that is kind of, oh my god, that is weird. I'm never gonna unsee this now. This isn't even a heel. This is like on the back instead of on the bottom. So that's just whatever. Anyway, you know, Fate likes its weird shoes, and even though at first glance these looked normal, they're actually not. Anyway, but yeah, this is all pretty good. You got a little bit of fan service here with the booba, but it's not too much, right? That's like the one thing they did. That's fine. You got the cool shoulders. You got the cool gauntlets. They're kind of like Siegfried's. He obviously did that on purpose. I don't know about the tiara. It's like maybe the one thing. I don't know. So stage one's got a really good vibe. I really do agree with that. Like I do get like the kind of morning bride gone demon mode, right? And it probably has the best shoes. It's funny, I mentioned that as like maybe the one thing that was out of place, but actually the best shoes out of the lot. Because like what the fuck? But I like the colors of this a lot. I really like the gray, white, black. This is tough. I gotta say, I think they're about tied. They really are. I think they're about tied. I like this head thing, I guess, a little bit more than the tiara, but these colors are killer, man. Like, these colors are really, really good. And I do like the armored bits. I think that I just, you know, I like me armor, and it's not mixed in a weird way. I think the armor is mixed in where it looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna give it to stage 3, especially because of the jewel, man. I do wish that was more prominent, because I really like that. I think that really works with the sword. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to stage 3. It's close. I'll just use stage 1 as the picture because it's close enough that I don't really care. But yeah, I think I'd give it to stage 3. But they're both really, really good, and they're very, very close. The stage 2, though, again, I like. It just doesn't work for her. Chat, I swear I'm not doing this on purpose, but it really is around here. The bad news is it might be right there. Hold on. I can't do this just to do it. I gotta think about this. So I gotta say I like these colors more than Bedivere's, and I like the jewel thing, but Bedivere's just got like that even more armored look. And he's got the cool silver arm. I love the arm, but I like her gauntlets and shoulders more, really. You kind of got like armored corset versus just like more regular armor. I gotta give it to Bedivere, chat. I do like her colors more, and I like the jewel. It's really close because she has some things that like I like that there's just no equivalent to on Bedivere, like with the jewel on the necklace and stuff. But he's got the cool arm, and overall his armor looks better. I just like her colors better and whatnot. Like if you could have like maybe these shoes, that wouldn't really work though, because these don't look armored really at all. But like if her shoes were more normal, that would help. And if it was maybe less dressy, like that, you know, the dress thing, you know, is just not my cup of tea. I don't hate it here. Like, I really do not hate it here, and I actually I love this, like, symbol here. That's really cool. But yeah, no, I gotta give it to Bedivere. I'm sorry, Bedivere is breaking up the happy couple. I'm sorry. Look, you know, Siegfried wanted to have a night to go hang out with the boys, right? Okay, it's fine. She's still nearby. It's no big deal, chat. Surely nothing bad's gonna happen here. That was so close to greatness, though. That was so close to greatness. But I can't lie. I do like Bedivere's drip more. But really good. I mean, she's really got really good drip. I really, really like it. And the sword is just fucking awesome. But let me be right back, chat. I'm gonna check on my food. And I'm gonna grab water. Yeah, I think Siegfried would be alright. But, I don't know if she would. Probably be pretty mad. I forgot my water. Alright, so chat, what's some categories you guys want to see? When this is all done, you know, we're going to look at, like, which class card servant is the highest. Right, we already were checking on, like, you know, which swimsuit servant lands the highest. And stuff like that. So what are some other categories that aren't, you know, maybe aren't as obvious as just, like, you know, top of a class or whatever, because obviously we'll do that. Like, because when we're done, we'll kind of scan through and see who the winners of the categories are. Hat, helmet, sandals. Yeah, you could do, like, sandals. Those haven't done super well. You could do, like, top, you know, what I guess the most fan servicey design that makes it the highest. Because people are always saying I hate on that, but it's kind of hard to define, though, which one's a fan servicey design and what's not. That's subjective, so that's kind of tough. Oh, best weeb. That's good. Spoilers, it's Shimbata. Yeah, it's not like the best sword. We're not going to do like a sword tier list. I mean, we might do that later, you know, way down the line. It's more like when the list is over, like see who of what category made it the highest, right? Like which swimsuit servant made it the highest on the list, right? Best cities. Oh god, yeah, that one city servant. You know, a few children are listed, so that is a thing. Yeah, we can see which NPC makes it the highest. All right. Oh god. This artist, man. Don't like any of his female designs. I don't even remember her stages, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. I just hate the colors. Why does it keep doing that? I hate this so much. And I hate this so much. These are all pretty fucked. Yeah, that adding this ginormous head thing, that did not help. Okay, well, it's not stage 3. It's definitely not this. Like, dear God. And like the hair, are you fucking kidding me? And like, she looks like, you know, she's an older woman, right? Not like way old, you know, it's anime, but like, but then she's in a cheerleader outfit. It's not really working. And the hair is just terrible. I guess this one, even though I don't like this one either. I mean, I really don't like any of these. At least she's got shoes. I really don't have anything nice to say. I don't have anything too negative to say, though. It's just I don't like the design with, like, the body proportions and all that. I just don't like the artist's style with that kind of thing. The colors are a bit too much. Going, like, pink, white, purple, different pink, teal, right? It's too much. I don't like the parasol either, and I don't like the colors on that either. I don't like this, like, lantern thing. Whatever. This katana looks awful. With this, like, fucking hollow, like, bone look. That's so bad. And then, like, the pink, purple, black, yellow. It's... God, no. Yeah, just really weird body proportions. Really don't like the cut of her jib. I do like how that says dragon. Okay, I'll give her the hat. Or the cap, or the visor. I'll give her that. That's not bad. And, like, the colors could be worse. They're not, like, awful, but they're not great. I just don't... There's nothing that I really, like, but it's definitely better than her other design. It's less chaotic. And, like, the hair's more normal, I guess. But it's not great. I honestly don't even have that much to say about it, though, because it's kind of like... I just don't like the cut of her jib, right, with her overall aesthetic. And, like, the way she's drawn and stuff. But it's not, like, super egregious in that stage. The other stages are pretty egregious, though. They get way more chaotic and stupid looking and just weird. I mean, it stayed out of D. All right, it could be worse. You know what? Because of the cap, I think it beats those two. Like, the cap is, if I'm being objective, and the fact that I just don't like the character and all that, I think the cap is enough to get ahead. But yeah, really don't like the colors. Not my cup of tea. 1 second. People keep getting mad because, like, saying, not my cup of tea. Okay, what do you want me to say? And, like, it's not my style, right? That's what it means. What are you, coffee drinkers? Eh? I just turned my fan on way loud. Whoop. There we go. Better. Fucking summer heat, man. It's my tea. Change your style. They will never add the Green Knight. Why are you guys so mad right now? God damn. What'd I ever do to you, chat? Huh? Oh. Speaking of tea, the tea Berserker. I forget about her all the time. Alright, typical Japanese garb and this weird stringy flowy stuff like Kiara's hair. Not good. The rest of it's fine, but that I hate that, and that's such a it grabs your attention so much. But the red black is fine, the hair's fine, the hat's good. Every time. Okay, see, now we get rid of the weird stringy stuff, but now we have these two giant hands. I don't know about that. I don't like how like overly fancy these patterns are. I do like the colors though, the like brown, tan, dark blue, black, blue. That's fine. That looks good. The hat's fine. No problem with the hat. I don't know about the leaf part here. Like the flower part, I don't know about this though. It is green at least though. The hands are kind of weird. And that's a very major part of the overall aesthetic. Kind of strange. But like the actual colors is fine. I don't like all this like flowy, you know, stuff here though. Okay. Now, oh god. I don't know if I have the energy, dude. It's like, what is wrong with this? This is just like exactly. This is what you okay. You were talking about this the other day. How, like, in real life and in Fate, like, the fashion industry is just, like, looking for a reason to stand out. Right? Like, people have already figured out and mastered how to make a suit, and how to make a dress, and how to make nice shoes, and stuff like that. We already know. And so, like, the fashion industry is always trying to do wacky things to grab attention and just be different for the sake of being different, not because it looks good. That's what this is. She fucking grew trees out of her hair, is standing on this little squiggly thing, and on top of a giant hand. Of course this doesn't look good. This looks dumb as shit. Not really sure what that is, but this is kind of cool, I guess. The colors are fine. Like, at least there's that. You're gonna get the red, and the red here. Like, that's all right. This whole like squiggly thing she's sitting on, and a hand into her hair turning into trees, or her sleeves turning into that does not help. It's her fucking sleeves are turning into trees. I already don't like the big baggy sleeve look anyway, and now her sleeves literally are trees. I mean, this sucks. Boo! Trying to eat my egg roll. God damn it. Alright, well. I mean, stage 2 is still pretty weird. Why can't we have that one? Like, that's way more normal. Like, literally, why can't we have that one? Yeah, the art style is really cool on that one. Like, that's way better. Like, that's a perfect example of less is more, because she doesn't have all this extra flowy drip in the hat and the fucking hands. Right? This is just kind of like normal. And this is what I'm saying, like, the fashion industry and stuff will always do this, where they have a good concept and then they just add a bunch of bullshit on it that makes it look stupid. Well, I'll give it to stage 2. But, yeah, the whole flowy bit and the giant hands are kind of meh. I'm just gonna rate stage 1 because I don't care enough. probably about right there, I would say. Nope, not quite. Okay, she at least beats Ishtar. I don't know, the hands aren't really better than the ginormous bow that looks terrible, but yeah, honestly, I think I have to give that to Ishtar slightly. Nope, gotta give it to Nobu slightly. Although those knee things look fucking ridiculous, but... No, this is better because she doesn't have the giant fucking hands. And, she's got the better hair, so... honestly, probably loses to Village Girl A and B. Okay, yeah, I think that's where it goes. So this design is better than Space Ishtar. And probably that. Okay. Boy, she did plummet a good bit there. All right. Wait. Did we do Horse Bindo? I think we just didn't. Yeah. Okay, I forgot to move it. All right, the final Berserker. Makes me a little sad. This has been an interesting class. Which stage? Okay, so let's see. God, why does the wiki suck so much at like switching pictures? So I almost like this one. It's just the top being all, you know, drippy, more formal and all that. I don't really like that with the bottom being so like, you know, nothing down here, and it just, I don't know, the top looks really dressy and the bottom really doesn't. I like the colors. You know, that's all good. Yeah, it's just like really dressed down looking shoes, no socks, etc, etc. Doesn't combo as well. Where like here it combos a lot better with this, but then this just doesn't look as good. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Which stage? I kind of like this one, to be honest, chat. Like, it kind of just... The bottom matches the top better, right? Like, it's, you know, kind of light and whatnot, and then it's still really light up here. The colors are maybe a little much, especially with this being, the staff being red. It's like the one thing. But, you know, the hair, the earrings, the colors are fine. I think this might look better if it was just the one solid color. I don't know. I'm kind of in two minds about that. I don't like the red, like, trim there. I don't like that. Like, here's how I've always felt about this guy since he launched. I don't love it or hate it. I like his design, like, you know, his look, but, like, the drip is just, eh. It's just, eh. And, like, this one's almost good, but it's just, the bottom just doesn't match the top to me, and that really, really hurts it. This song is at, like, 2% volume, and it's this loud. Crazy, dude. Like, I really do like this bit right here. Like, if I just saw this, I'd be like, yeah, that's good. But then when you zoom out, it's like, that ain't right. Like, I don't hate any of them, but I don't love any of them, right? But he can carry a bit with just his own look, and kind of the mix of, like, you know, he's pretty big, right? He's pretty muscly, right? So he's kind of a manly man, but then he's got more, like, you know, elegant clothes. I don't hate that mix, right? That's fine. But it's a little off. It's always just a little off with the colors, and especially the bottom chunk of it, you know, like the slippers, right, aren't really working for me. But like this picture right here, I'm like, yeah, that looks cool. Right, if I just saw that. But then when I zoom out, it's not like it's like, oh, that looks lame. It's just like, that kind of hurt it. I do like the weapon though. Like, the weapon's cool. It's just, I'm not really into these colors that much. Like, they're okay, but I'm not crazy about them. Like with the armor, I'd rather have more armor. You know, the skirt's okay, but honestly, like, the Celts did it better. Like, if we're gonna go, like, full Irish or something. Or, like, a Scottish. If we go, like, Scottish Celt, right? That's the better way to go. Yeah, it's just kind of eh. It's just kind of eh. I'm thinking it's ultimately fairly neutral. I wish I could rate him higher because I like, you know, him, but, the design just doesn't really grab me. I just think the Lancer guy was a lot better with that, except for maybe the oversized spear thing. Where does this land? I'm definitely feeling it's in C+. Like, even the thing about Fergus, there's a lot of things that stand out to me more with Fergus that I like. But he's also got the really lame, like, little boy vest, which I really don't like, and no shoes, which I don't like. I mean, you could always rate stage 1, but the thing is, stage 1 is just like bandages, and that's it. And I don't like that. Like, the bandage feet, hand thing, I don't really like that. Where, like, stage 3 adds, like, a cool shoulder pad and all that. And a really cool gauntlet. I really like these gauntlets. But then you get the little boy vest, which just looks stupid. I love the green pattern on the pants, though. That's nice. And I gotta say, I do like his design better in terms of, like, the character itself. Obviously, he needs an animation update. But, you know, they're both purple-haired, like, Chads. But I actually kind of like Fergus a bit more. It's close. I guess it's really close on that front, actually. But I do think Fergus kind of has the better drip, but he's got the really lame bandages, though, so I don't know. They're really close. They're definitely in the same area, I would say. I think I'll give it to Fergus. That's just kind of... It's hard to articulate why, but I just like the armor bits and the green bits. Even though I really don't like the no shoes and stuff. But, yeah, I'm leaning towards Fergus. That just feels right to me. He stepped on Legos, and that's why he's bandaged. Yep. Didn't learn. Wow, that's it for the Berserkers. So the highest rated Berserker is Lancelot. And then Shimbata. And Shimbata's not playable, which that really sucks. So my second favorite Berserker design in the game is not playable. And actually, look at this. So, not playable, not playable, not playable, not playable. Right? That's some high tier stuff right there. And these aren't playable either. So, that's rough. Yep, that's rough. There's probably gonna be more of that to come. So far... Because some of these, you know, I hadn't really examined carefully until, you know, I sat down and did this. So what's like surprised me, I think Vlad being that high surprised me a bit. I mean, I knew I really liked Vlad, but yeah, I feel right about it. I'm not unhappy with it, but yeah, Vlad surprised me a little bit. Arkawade actually surprised me. I knew she was going to do better than the other moon cancers, but I didn't think she'd do that. I didn't realize her second stage's drip was that good. That was the thing. I never really paid attention to her second stage. But yeah, her second stage drip was just really good. So that is probably the biggest surprise for me. I was not expecting her to be that high. This one maybe surprised me a little bit. Yeah, I really, because in context, I don't like this. I don't like it at all. But out of context, I actually really like this look, and that really surprised me. Like, if I didn't connect it to the character, just like kind of space emperor look, I actually really liked it. That definitely surprised me. Yeah, those are definitely the two biggest surprises for me. Absolutely. Everything else though, like, oh, and this surprised the shit out of me. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? That surprised the absolute shit out of me. This actually might have been the biggest surprise, actually, that costume. Because I really wasn't liking the other stages and stuff. Yeah, I'd say that and Arkawade were both really big surprises. I would, like, if I was asked in advance without looking at it, did I think Arkawade would make it to A? Or anything from Godjuna making it to A? I'd be like, no. But, yeah, they did, so. Yeah, but Carl would probably do pretty well. All right, Pretender time. Kind of a meme class. Wait, is he the first? Oh, God, he's the first one up. Okay, I'm not going to talk about all of the travesties that happened, you know, fate-wise. We're just not going to go there. We're not going to talk about Vortigern, you know. We're just going to pretend that's not a thing. We're going to just focus on the drip. Here's the thing, though, and I know this because, you know, we didn't know about the Vortigern bullshit until later, right? We didn't know that until later, right? So I know how I felt about this design before that. And I didn't really like it. Unlike Cairo, I really did not like it. I don't like super hate it, but I don't like it at all. This is just not like, I've never liked these kind of old-timey, like the male aristocratic shoes. It's this like the buckle thing. And this is a real thing, man. Like this has been a fashion thing for a while. I have just never liked that. They're like, you know, low. They're like low. They don't go up any, you know, and they got the buckle. Don't like that. I hate this kind of haircut on dudes, and I don't really like it on ladies much either. But like that kind of curved in, you know, long bangs thing. Man dark is all I remember. It's like man dark but more, and it's not good. I just don't like this whole thing, and like these kind of clash with the shoes, and I didn't like the shoes anyway. I don't like the colors. It's like that kind of, it's like aristocrat meets like going to bed with like this thing. I don't care for this at all. This is such a bad mix of things. I just don't like this at all. And again, I knew this, you know, before the Vortigern stuff. I never liked this design. It's just not my cup of tea. The wings are all right. You know, you could definitely do a like butterfly man. I'm sure you can make that, or moth, you know, to an extent, but this ain't it. I don't like the poofy sleeves. This is like old-timey aristocratic, especially like the male version of it. I just don't like. And then he's like wearing like a going to bed gown, but then mixed in with this like fancy, again, aristocratic stuff. I don't like it at all. I really don't. There's just nothing I like about it. I didn't mind Oberon's character. I didn't hype it, but it was okay until we knew the full context. But I never liked that design. I like this one better. Okay, I do like this one. Is definitely better. I'm still not like crazy about it, but I mean it's fine. It's more comfy, I suppose. I don't know about the ties here, but these are definitely better than the previous shoes. The cape's not too much. It's all right. The colors are okay. I don't super like the blue here, but it's all right. I don't really like the crown thing. I just don't like the covet of his jib, though. I mean, that's just never gonna change. And again, that was before I knew about all the dumb bullshit they were doing. But like, just this is just not the kind of male design I really like much. It's just not my cup of tea. And then it's not like this drip is anything I like love. You know what I'd like more with this is if you had like this part right here. It reminds me of like an old-timey like jailer. Like you should have like some jail keys on his belt. So then get rid of the cape and like lean into that, and I would like that kind of look. But that's not what's going on here. But it reminding me of that kind of, I like that a little bit. I mean, this is fine. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And this just looks stupid. Like, what the fuck, man? He looks like, and I'm sure they did this on purpose, but he looks like kind of that Shakespearean play, you know, actor get up, right? And I'm sure they did that on purpose, but I never liked that look. I have never liked that look. And then you just added in really weird, like, monster heels, like, literally. That's just weird as fuck. I didn't like it with Kualter, and I don't like it here. You know, I don't like this kind of, like, tunic into tight leggings look. It's just not my cup of tea. The wings don't look as cool here. The crown's better with that color, though. I don't mind that. This bit, like, right here is okay. The hair is definitely better like this, with it being a little bit more wild. It's better. And like this drip right here is fine, right? Like, so this right here is not too bad. Everything else though, kind of blah. And like, seriously, this looks dumb. The cape, it's all right. It gets kind of weird at the bottom though. Trying a little, okay, here we go. Here's how I can explain this, chat. Most insects aren't cool. I've mentioned this a few times throughout when I've mentioned things like reminding me of like an insect look. I don't list that as a positive, all right? Insects are not cool, all right? Like scorpions, all right. I can give scorpions a pass, all right? There's a couple of insects that are all right. But like going with like this insect cape aesthetic, I don't like insects. So that's not a good thing, right? Having like the very typical insect wings. That's not a positive. I don't think insects are that awesome. So yeah, again, it's not because it's Oberon Vortigern. It's like I just don't like insect aesthetic. I can't think of really any instance I ever have other than maybe a scorpion, right? Dragonfly depends. An actual living dragonfly is kind of cool, but a lot of times when I've seen like dragonfly, you know, humanoid hybrids from like anime and stuff, and I don't normally like it that much. So I know scorpions are like in the arachnid, you know, crab family, yeah, blah 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 blah. Actually, but yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. The creepy crawlies, the bugs. You know, there's your classification. It's a bug. Fuck you. Anyway, this is just the best way of putting it. This is not the kind of design that I like. It just isn't. I don't, especially this one. This is the worst one. I actually hate this one, to be honest. Like, the whole, like, noble... It's like noble pussy, right? It's like he's all rich and noble man, but he's never worked a day in his life, never led an army, never made a hard decision. He's the spoiled prince in the family or some crap, right? That's what this looks like. I don't like that at all. I mean, this honestly sucks. I actually dislike this immensely. It's just like every vibe I get off of this. Again, we're not talking about context of the character and whatnot. If I just saw this design, I'm like, yep, part of a rich noble family. He's the pussy in the family that's like got no idea about the world, and it's like, you know, Antoinette or something, right? That's not a good thing. That everything I get off of this is bad vibes. Right, and legit. So if I was rating stage 1, it would probably be D tier. But we said at the very beginning, I asked Chad if we wanted to give them the most favorable, you know, ascension and overall rating, and we said yes, right, overwhelmingly. And so that's stage 2, and that's much better. This looks more like almost a Merlin type. He's like a traveling, you know, mystic or wise man or whatever, but he's a, you know, he acts like a shit, you know, he's got that kind of like grin and all that. So he looks like maybe he's wiser than he lets on, right? And he's like a traveling, you know, wizard or something, right? The scammer look, yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah, I do see like the traveling merchant look in this too, actually. This does kind of, but I don't mind. That's okay though. Like again, if I saw this with no context, I'm like, okay, the hair's kind of lame, but this is like a mischievous merchant or wizard or something. That's not so bad, right? Weird, you know, like cape, right? I'd be like, yeah, weird cape, weird crown, don't like the hair, but the overall vibe isn't so bad, right? And so for stage 2, which is definitely giving him his best chance, because stage 3 and stage 1 would do very poorly. So we will definitely go with stage 2. So like, yeah, that kind of like traveling mischievous merchant look, it's not too bad. It really is not too bad. Where the fuck is it? Oh yeah, I gotta find, did I not? Oh, I didn't move up Pretender all the way. Okay. But yeah, that look, I'd be fairly neutral about it, I would say. So it's gonna be in here somewhere. Probably right there, I'd say. That's now if I was rating the other stages, like stage 1 is D. Stage 1 is just D tier. There's no redeeming quality, and I massively dislike every inch of it, right? So maybe even D minus, actually. It might well be D minus. And then stage 3 would probably be like low C, I would think. Yeah, stage 3 would be low C. Stage 1 is probably D. Yeah, it's D minus. I mean, I really, really dislike it. But stage 2 is much, much better. Like I'd rate stage 2. Yeah, I think C plus is pretty fair. Okay. Can just drop that wherever. Faker, who is not the Faker class, but is the Pretender class, because that makes sense. Alright, never really thought about this one. The colors are fine. Now, I know why they did it, but we're not... Okay, not that one. Jesus. I know why they did it, because they're going with like that kind of, you know, old-timey like girdle look, but that's not really what it looks like. That just looks like a more modern skirt, which doesn't work with the rest of it very well. So that's kind of dumb, but the colors are fine. I don't know, the yellow maybe a little much. I don't like this weird tip thing on the shoes. That's a little much. This weapon is just awful, because this is not an assassin look, right? You see this design, you do not think assassin, sneaky person, and it's like, why do you have a baby sword, right? This sword is really, really weak. That is not great. That's a negative. I don't really like the skirt. The colors are okay. You know, all the like belts and straps everywhere is kind of okay, I guess. I don't know about on the legs. It's a little weird. It's mainly just the skirt thing looks kind of whack, and the sword is so weak, and the tip of the shoes ain't great. I don't really like the sleeve things either. That's kind of typical for me, though. I think everyone knows that at this point. But I mean, it's all right. It's all right. Kind of the Canis hair here going on. Swords were shorter back then, but as I've said for the billionth fucking time, that means nothing. Do I have to explain this for like the billionth time? We're not talking about if something's era appropriate. We're talking about, does it look good? This doesn't look good. Like a lot of the Indian drip that they did with like those shoes and stuff is like somewhat accurate. That doesn't mean it looks good. It looks dumb then, it looks dumb now. Also, that is not how swords looked back then. I know what swords looked back then, and it's way more like Iskander's sword, which is shorter, right? But it's, you know, it's way different than this one. This is really not how swords looked back then. And there were like daggers and intermediate stuff, like always. There's always different sized weaponry and stuff. There has been some like shorter weaponry like this, but it doesn't mean it looks good. And in this era, there were plenty of blades that were bigger than this. It's not like it's your only option. But Jesus, I am so sick of everyone bringing that up because I've addressed it like 50 fucking times and just stupid. There's like, where in the title does it say era appropriate fantasy adaptation design list? That's not what it says. It doesn't look good. This does not look good. Jesus. It's like, if you don't like how maces look, and someone has a mace, it doesn't matter if the mace is era appropriate. You don't like maces. You think it looks dumb. That's no reason to rate it, you know, highly. All right, stage 2. Wow, I don't like this. No wonder I like never see anyone use this one, and I can see why. Like, I will say without context though, you would probably, if you're just rating the drip, does it look good? You would assume this is a caster, right? You think this is a wizard, you know, or a warlock or something, right? Now, here's another one. I just don't like casters nearly as much. I don't like the wizard look very much. I don't like the robe with the staff hanging in the back row kind of look, right? I generally don't like that too much. And then we still got this weird thing on the shoes, and now we got like this like flare thing into like the socks. I don't really like that. And that just looks really out of place with the rest of it. In context though, I guess I wouldn't hate it. I do like the colors. I really will give that to it. And the sleeve thing looks better, I guess, with this bit. That helps a little bit. And it's not like the staff looks bad. I don't really like staffs, but like this doesn't look bad for a staff, right? Yeah, if I was rating it as like a, you know, a wizard or a, you know, something like that, I wouldn't hate it. I certainly wouldn't love it though. The pointy thing is weird. The skirt thing is still weird, and then you got this going under this skirt. Like, what the fuck? Why is this going under the skirt? Like, they should go over it. Like, that's really strange. It's just casters are not my cup of tea, and that just straight up looks like a caster. Stage 3. Okay, I kind of forgot about this one. So, for the most part, I like it, but okay, I'm not, like, offended by boob armor, and actually, it's really funny that people will bring up boob armor all the time when it's not even weird. It literally isn't weird. They already did stuff like that, right? And because when people bring it up as like a practicality thing, right? I don't care about that, and I've said that a million times. I don't care if it's a fantasy game, right? I'd care if it was a realistic game. But even in a realistic game, a breastplate like this is fine. They already did shit like that, right? They literally made form-fitting armor like that, and they'd like, you know, cut out like for like a big tummy and things like that, or they do like the the look to give them like the thin waist look and actual armor on like guys and stuff. They already did stuff like that. I think there's even a guy. Isn't there a guy? My chat told me about him before. There's a guy on YouTube that does a lot of like medieval stuff like that. I forget his name, but they brought it up when I was talking about like castle designs, and they said he did a lot of that. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he did a video explaining why like boob armor literally isn't like a problem, and like that's actually in line with. Yeah, that sounds right. I think it was like Shadiversity or something like that. Sounds right. But yeah, my chat was saying that. But anyway, he's right though. Regardless, he's actually right about that. So that's not the problem. It's not. But this looks dumb, and it's not that boob armor would always look dumb, but I think it looks dumb here because look how unform-fitting the shoulders are, right? And you got like a frisbee disc, which I just looks silly anyway. So you have very unform-fitting shoulders into form-fitting top chest into unform-fitting the rest of it. That just looks weird, right? That just straight up looks weird. And then you really can't ignore this. The three goons. I don't. Yeah, it's stare. Can we get 3 stare emotes, please? Yeah, I don't like that. It doesn't mesh with the rest of it. I don't mind these kind of helmets when they're actual helmets, but when it's just like a hair thing, I don't really like that. Just do a hair thing. You know, do like a normal what they call it a headband. I don't know my fashion chat. I forget what you call like a hairband. That must be what it must be called, hairband. Do like a fucking hairband. Don't do a hairband that's like trying to act like a helmet. That's just stupid. Pick a goddamn lane. Yeah, it's like it's almost good. I like the gauntlets. I like the sword's way better. The sword is so much better. I don't like this bit right here, but the rest of it's fine. I don't mind this, you know, like the fur and all that. The shoes look better because the extra stuff added to it evens out the weird tip thing. So that's a lot better. The colors are fine, but I don't like the shoulders with the frisbees, and they're just the not form-fitting, not form-fitting. It just doesn't work. I don't care for that. And you can't not see this. I think a lot of people wouldn't use this stage just because of this. That's just so obvious, and yeah, I don't like it. Probably stage 1 then, which I did not think was going to be the case, but I just Faker's not doing it for me, right? I really just don't love it. The sword is so dumb. The tip thing is kind of weird. I don't like the sleeves. I don't like the skirt, but it's not awful. It's definitely not C+ though. It's looking more like C. Kind of low C though. Can she beat Carmella? See, here's the thing. There's very little I can say about this that's like really positive. What about Carmella here? Why is she not popping up? What the fuck? Go assassin then. Okay, game. Whatever. So Carmella, oh god. This design is so bad. The only thing I like about it is like this, you know, like it's this bronzy color, right? You got that there and in the shoes and stuff. But like this mask is so this is just dorky all the way through. I mean, these sleeves are terrible. The crowl doesn't work with how skimpy this is. You know, again, pick a fucking lane. The nails are atrocious. Like that, don't ever do that. Like that's way too much. This is pretty crap. I mean, it's a lot of things I don't like in one place. I don't like the curls at the end of the hair here. I don't like that. It's not even the color. You can make the color work. It doesn't really match this design, but it's just these giant ass nails are way too much. Like dial that back like, you know, 60% or something, and then we're getting somewhere. But yeah, the like bronzy color on the shoes and the crowl and the staff, that's like the only positive. Everything else is super negative. So I would say Faker beats that. Probably beats that. I'd say like right there. Nothing too great. You know, okay, that goes there. Yeah, I do it like that. All right. Who's next? Wait, no, I'm in Assassins again. There we go. Alright. Merlin prototype, oh god. Well, it's not stage 2. I actually hate this, and it's not because it's a swimsuit kind of design. It's because it's a swimsuit kind of design that's trying to look like really fancy, not swimwear kind of. Like, what the fuck? That just looks stupid as hell. I don't really like the parasol look. I guess the colors are fine. You can't really fuck up white, but this just does not work. That doesn't work at all. So definitely not that one. This one, this looks kind of dumb. Like this whole, like really tight in the neck and all this kind of thing. It just, and I hate the. God, I hate that. This hasn't happened a lot, but I've mentioned this a few times where they do like the tight pants, but then it doesn't go all the way down. I hate that. Oh my god. Who was the other one who was like that? There was like one or two other people that did that, where it just looks like this isn't like long enough. It looks like it's more like a stocking, not pants, but then it doesn't go all the way down. That just looks fucking stupid. It looks bad. If you wore like normal shoes that went up to here, it's fine, right? Just wear shoes up to here and you got no problem. Like wear boots or something. Right, then it works. But if you wear shoes like that, it just looks like it's not. It looks like it's undone or something, right? It just looks weird. The black white's nice, I guess, but I don't like this like really like busy, like all this like stuff in here, and then like really tight in the neck, but then everything else is really skinny look. Doesn't really work. And just what the fuck is this thing? What? And then it's all blue and red and all that when she's white and black. Like, and I don't like these things in the hair. I also just don't like the hair in general. I guess the blue is good here, but then the red runs it. This bit would look kind of cool. Oh, no, this is all coming off the sleeve. Why is this coming off the sleeve? Why does Fate do this so much? Jesus Christ. I actually am noticing a lot of, like, repeated motifs. I'm choking on the bad drip. Hold on, I have to mute my mic. I'm about to cough like 30 times. Okay, I'm back. So, the red is bad. This coming off the sleeves is bad. This like neck, all this like tight stuff into the neck thing is bad. This bow is bad. The like skimpy stuff in the middle is really out of place because it doesn't like sync up with anything else. And then these pants into this, like, you know, not going all the way down thing looks stupid. Like, either just have, like, stockings or something that go all the way down, or wear shoes that come up to, like, here, right? And it would look way better. And then these shoes look stupid because it's, like, some weird skeleton thing. Nothing else in this is like that. Like, why do your shoes look that way, right? You got, like, normal, like wedding slippers or something, but then you got this, like, fucking, like, skeleton thing going on. Just fucking weird, dude. Yeah, not great. And then, again, the red here really sucks. And I hate the stuff in the hair. It is bad. So it just looks so much better if they just, you know, just didn't, you know, do the weird skeleton thing here, or if they just didn't put the red here, or if this just wasn't coming off the sleeve, right? This is very salvageable, but they did what they did, so it's not great. I don't really like this either. It just looks wrong. It's like you've got all this like flowy robe stuff going on, but then you wanted to like show off her legs, so then you did nothing in here, and like it just doesn't match. It would look better if it was just like here, right? Like this just looks like it's been cut off or it's shrunk. That's what it looks like. This looks like this whole area went through the like washer and dryer and it shrunk. That is absolutely what that looks like. And that's actually how I feel about like this too. It looks like the legs shrunk and they're smaller than they're supposed to be, right? It just, nah. And then I don't like the pink. I don't like the staff. I really don't like this actually. The shoes are kind of better this time because if you're gonna do this like weird skeleton wire thing, I never noticed that they did that. And yeah, she's got the wire thing here and in this thing. They got like a real wire like aesthetic going on here. This is better though because like the black, and see, like, you know what would not look good here is if her leg thing stopped right here, right? That would just look so fucking stupid, and that's what they do. But it's really weird that they got like this really strange thing for the heel, and then these gloves suck. What the fuck are we doing here? The crowl is okay, but again, it's at the odds with this. Like, they're getting really drippy up here, and with this, but then they're very like not drippy in here. This would be a lot better if this was blue. If this was blue instead of pink, because this is blue and all that, that would really help. I mean, it's better than the other stages. It's probably the better one. It's actually almost fine, right? Because like the bottom stuff is salvaged so much better compared to the other one. But like this just straight up looks like the skirt shrunk. It doesn't look like it's meant to look that way, right? It looks like it went through the dryer and washer and all that, and then it accidentally shrunk a bit. But that's just hands down what it looks like. Again, it's not a matter of showing skin or anything like that. It's just weird. And it's like, if you want to show off leg, that's fine. If you want to have a short skirt, that's fine. But don't accompany it with all this other nonsense. I don't like the holes in all this either. Like the hole here and the hole here and here. Like this looks like it's fucked up. This actually is a bit of Blender stuff. It's like Blender stuff, and there just happens to be a black inner tunic. It's not like the black inner stuff makes it look better though. It still looks like these are just fucking holes in the thing. Like Arcawade's get up is just better than this. It's very similar, but it's like way more balanced, so it doesn't look so weird. But yeah, not. I would definitely say it's not executed well. But stage 1 is definitely the best. I definitely see probably in here somewhere. Probably like right there. But yeah, really not a prototype Merlin enjoyer. Okay, at least they didn't sexualize it, but it's still a lame kid. So it barely saved from F tier, and we're moving on. Alrighty. So we got City Girl. I don't know how well this is gonna go for her. Okay, so here's my problem here. The like red just not working for me, right? And this is what I don't like a lot of the designs like this because they're just a little too colorful. You can be colorful, but not like that colorful, right? Like if this red was the blue or the gold or even the like seaweed, was this whatever color, if it was that, I think it'd be a lot better. Like if the red bits were any other color in the outfit, I would actually be like, yeah, this is fine, right? And yeah, it's like a staple of like these kind of Aztec looking outfits to be that way, but I don't like it. I don't care how many outfits you make this way. It doesn't mean I like it. So yeah, if you change the red to any other color in the outfit, I would actually like this fine. I don't know about this though, because again, everything else is really skimpy, but then this is like so heavy duty that it's kind of weird. Also, I don't know about this thing on the leg here. I don't know about that. And I hate how like her hands are red like this, and then she's got the straight into blue. I don't like this contrast. Not really a fan. The hair's not too much in this stage, so it's fine. It's still pretty anime. But yeah, it really is just the red. It's either have more red, like make the seaweed, you know, aqua, blue, whatever the fuck, make that red. Like either more red or less red, right? Like if the bluish green stuff was red, or the red was black or gold or whatever, either way, it would look way better. But that it really hurts it. I don't like that very much. I don't know about the cord either. I like the jewel. I'll give it that. The jewel's cool. I mean, it's all right. It's just kind of meh on the colors. Also, it kind of looks like she's like put a towel around her waist after getting out of the shower or something, and that's kind of weird. And it's all like fucked up down here when nothing else on this is like that. The feathers are all right. Let's see. Oh god, I hate this one. This is like going to magic school, but I'm trying to be a VTuber while I'm doing it, and like I don't like the Atlas Academy look anyway, right? I don't like that like modern, going to modern school look, you know, for like magic. I don't like that look anyway. and then you did that, but then you're trying to be a VTuber while you're doing it. Not really a great look. I don't like this like squiggly Kiara hair. It's not as bad as Kiara, but I don't like that. I like the glasses. I'll give it that. I don't like this thing on the hat, but the rest of the hat's okay. Yeah, the hat and the glasses are good. All right, that's good. And then this thing right here sucks. These bracelets suck. I don't even, how is this not falling off of her wrist? Like, there's a degree of disbelief you can give, you know, fantasy designs, but like, look how wide this is. Why? And her hand is straight down. Why is this not falling off? Magic? I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Like, this one's better. This one's a lot better, but this one sucks. Like, just have 2 of those for God's sakes. But then she's got like these like overalls, like she's gonna go to work, but nothing about this looks like she's ready to go work a hard day. Right? That just looks stupid. And they're undone, which just looks, again, it looks like unprepared or whatever. So these look dumb. This thing looks dumb. This bracelet is dumb. This hook thing is dumb. What the fuck are these? Chat, I know I'm not a zoomer, but what? Like, why is the bottom like this into spikes? And then what are these socks, dude? Like, what? It's not the worst. We'll get to that later, but... And it's just kind of weird because, like, the bracelet and then the spiked shoes are, like, punk, but then nothing else is. So that doesn't really work. I really hate this. And I hate this on the legs. And this just looks sloppy, right? It just... I never like the look where it's, like, intentionally looking like your clothes don't fit you, right? This just looks like this is supposed to go over the shoulder and this is supposed to be tighter and stuff, and it just isn't because I'm lazy and that's cool. Like, no, it's not. So, nah. And then, yeah, I guess the glasses are good, though. The glasses and the hat are fine. But I don't like this one at all. I like the first stage better. I really, really don't like that one. Oh, God. All right. So, the hair is kind of cool. The, like, brighter blue into black looks kind of good. And it, you know, it matches the feathers, and then you've got like a fucking Boba Fett helmet V thing going on for some reason, but okay. I mean, this literally looks like the front of like a front plate of a helmet from Star Wars or something, but then you've got feathers for some reason. I don't like this tassel. That needs to get the fuck out. Holy shit, that needs to get out. These shoulder pads look really bad. Again, the colors are just like, why? Like, either red with this stuff, or keep this with the green, or the blue, or whatever, or black even. The red jewel's kind of cool. I don't like the big line thing. Honestly, the seaweed, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on this color, but, like, that is really not working on this one. I think that's the one that needs to get the fuck out on this one. And, like, you could just make this lining red, right? Like, no problem. But yeah, this tassel is bad. This is bad. All the burgundy bits are bad. That just needs to go. Again, we're going back to the towel wrapped around the waist thing. I don't know about that. Don't like the puffy sleeves. Not that bad, though. It's only puffy. It's more like just really long on the bottom, I guess. But, I don't know. This kind of gets it's like such a weird mix of spacey stuff with, like, the shoulder pads and, like, the zipper look and all that. With, like, the more traditional... you know, old-timey stuff with these things, and I don't really like that combo. This, like, wand thing sucks. And these are, like, look at these things on the floor, dude. Like, what? It's like a... This is like a napkin, like at a fancy restaurant, you know, where they've got, like, the utensils in a napkin and, like, the little thing holding it together. That's what this looks like. This is, like, the dinner table at the bottom here. Yeah, not great. Rate her mech. I don't know if we have a picture of that. I do like the hair there, though. I will say the hair color is nice. Like, the blue and black looks pretty cool. But probably stage 1, even though I don't really like it that much. I really hate the gloves. I really hate the gloves into the whip. I really don't like that. Do we have a picture of her mech? I guess there is in her NP with a horrible CGI. I mean, there's that guy, but that's not really the mech. Well, there's the picture of it fighting Ort and getting wrecked. Chat, I love mechs so much. I have to have like a whole section anytime someone has a mech, like Odysseus and all that. I need a better picture though. Anyone chat, can you give me a better picture? Because the YouTube video doesn't work very well on their player. Like their fucking media player is trash. So if anyone can like send me an actual picture. So yeah, the third stage, I just don't like the weird mix of like modern and not modern. I just really don't dig that. Because like the shoes are being a lot more modern, almost like futuristic, right? And then so is like up here, but then everything else is not, so it's not great. Does anybody got the mech? I guess not. That kind of sucks. I don't really have a way of getting it quickly on my own here. I'll have to. I kind of have to do it though, but this is going to take a minute. I'm not even sure I can like find this anywhere really. A lot of the wikis and stuff just don't ever even try to like get that stuff. That fan art of it, that'll have to do. I mean, if it's fan art, it's not exactly official, but I'll just have to hope they got the proportions and stuff well enough. Oh god, chat, is this actually what it looks like? Like, I know this part's right, but like, is it really this thin in the legs like that? Because you don't see it very clearly much. Like, I don't know if that's like a fan interpretation. Fuck, I'm gonna have to find like the NP animation or something, because there's just no way to know, and I don't want to rate it if it's not accurate. Yeah, they may have just never shown us the bottom half. I'm not sure they ever did. What I'll do is, if they never showed us the bottom half, is I'll just rate the top half. They do show you the bottom half. Okay, I'm looking at it's very hard to tell because when they show the bottom half, all the like blood shit's coming out. But that picture does look fairly accurate. I think it might be slightly less skinny, but that is fairly accurate. I think it does look slightly less skinny in the actual thing, but that is pretty accurate. Okay, so meh. Like, this looks like ice cream drills, like ice cream drills. Very Big O. Right, this right here looks a lot like it's from Big O. Very much so. I don't like the colors. I don't mind the head. The eyes look cool. The glowy core looks cool. But I really hate the skinny stuff. I actually hate this part the most. Like, it's so thick and heavy up top, and then it gets really skinny. And this is not really my kind of big T. This is just not my kind of design for mechs. I really just don't like these skinny bits. And I don't really like the ice cream drills. A little too colorful and stuff. And yeah, the really skinny stuff, I don't like that. And this is just, Fate is so bad about this. Fate is, it's just, they're trying to make a design that stands out, right? They're not trying to make a mech design that looks good. And they do that with a lot of stuff in Fate, and I just don't like that. No, those really aren't like Japanese. And just because they're like, you know, plated like that doesn't mean like that's really nothing like how Japanese stuff looks. It's more like temple steps, if anything, which I think is what they're going for. It's like a mech temple. That's pretty much the whole point. It's not even like too female. There's been female looking mechs before and they look better than this. This is it's very exaggerated, like with how skinny it is and stuff. Yeah, it just looks weird, and I don't like, even without that, even just like this, I don't like this that much. It's too colorful. Like the cones are a little weird. This really does look like it's from Big O, though. Like, I think it fits in. Okay. Oh, right. We should rate his mech. No, good call. Okay, hold on. Let me finish her, though. So... it's definitely in here somewhere. I really don't like it that much. Those gloves really just kill the whole thing for me. Yeah, I'd say about right there. It's not too good. Alright, let me see. I don't know if we're gonna be able to find his mech either, though. They're really just shit about this. Like, if it's not just the vanilla unit sprite, they just don't put any effort into getting it. Alright, hold on one second here. Might have to go elsewhere on the internet. Well, let me see here. Oh, does Faust have it? Oh, there. Oh, right, of course. Yeah, we could just use him when he was the enemy. Right, fair enough. Good call. Alright, so in context, there's some fun references here, but like, we're just looking at, does it look good? Now, there's a few things. The frisbee thing in the head, that looks pretty stupid. The no, like, finished legs look stupid. But the overall bulky look and the like, power generator kind of look in the chest looks really cool. It's better than the other mech, certainly. But, you know, it's a little rounded for my taste, almost like teapot look. It's not really the way I like my mechs to look, but I like the eyes. It's a bit more mean looking in general. The chest core looks really cool, but I really do not like this head thing. That's pretty whatever. And it's just a little fancy with the embroidery and stuff. And yeah, it does just kind of look like a teapot, right? A little cartoonish to it. The arm is getting really thin and then really large like that. I mean, it's good, though. It's just certainly solid. Nothing wrong with like the gold off-white. That's fine with a little bit like dark gray. And like the red here is fine because of the red up here. It's all right. Certainly, yeah, it does hover. Yeah, he's got like jets and stuff. Certainly better than the other one. The other one was bringing just the mech. Like, we should probably incorporate it into the design because we've been counting mounts and stuff as part of the design. So hold on, let me see. Does her mech help her placement? Not really, no. Maybe, okay, maybe enough to get like to there. But yeah, it does not help her much. And then... where the fuck? There he is. That mech design does make it better. That does help him. I'd say that goes to... The thing is, he drags it down. If it was the mech on its own, he'd be rated even higher. But, yeah, the cool mech. And that really is fair to rate it like the horses that we've been rating. I think that's fair. I think it gets up to there. A decent boost. If it was the mech on its own, it'd probably be either really high C+ or kind of probably B-ish. I think it'd be like in here-ish, roughly. Talos, we'll get to that when we actually get to riders. Oh, fuck. Is that it? Are we done? Well, that came out of nowhere. Yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, well, nothing today made it very high, actually. Some Berserkers on the previous Berserker day made it high. Wow, Pretenders did really bad, didn't they? What's the highest Pretender, chat? Scanning through this here. Wow, if Oberon is the highest Pretender, that's kind of wild. I would not have predicted that. So he's C+. Is there anyone above that? And he's decently high C+, too. Wow. I would have never have predicted that. Yep, we've got Shimbata. He is... we did that yesterday. We did half the Berserkers yesterday. He is S+. Unironically, one of my favorite designs in the game. And he's not playable. The other Berserker? Which other Berserker? Well, he's kind of Assassin and Berserker. Although I guess we need to do him either way then, though, don't we? Fuck. I don't have his pictures ready. Whoops. But you're right, that guy is... I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, that guy is... his sprite... Okay, I won't... There's no way on the fly. Could someone link me, like, his wiki page? The wiki doesn't normally have the best pictures for the NPCs because it doesn't have, like, the full body shots that, like, do exist. Like, we showed off the full body shot of Zeus and stuff. But the wiki never has any of that. But I don't think it's too big of a deal. Like, you can see his full body and his combat sprite. So can someone link me his wiki page? Because, yeah, normally I get the NPCs ready in advance, but I just forgot. I actually just straight up forgot to put him in here. We gotta find him. Hold up. I know he's on here somewhere. Like, I'm sure he's on the list. I think Ken got pretty thorough with that. Or is he? Let's see. Oh, he's in Berserker. Oh, he was with the Berserkers. He was just in Berserker 2. Okay. Yep, yeah, I see that. Okay. His pick is in Berserker. Yeah, I mean, he's Berserker and Assassin, but we might as well do it now because we already did Assassins anyway, and it's Berserker Day, so, you know, it's fine. But yeah, does anybody got his wiki page? I know how to find it, but I don't want to do that on stream because you just go to Guda and go to the main story stages and you can find them in there, but I don't want to do all that if I can help it. There we go. Thank you, Ace. Okay. Yeah, I just forgot. Shame on me on that one. Okay, so yeah, he has, I think, a data mine sprite that's bigger than this, or from character material or whatever. But we can't see it. His just eyes just glow. Okay, well, no shoes is lame, especially when you've got like all this mean-looking stuff. I don't think bare feet go along with such a mean look. But I like the hair a lot. I like the mask thing a lot. I like the grr. I don't like this. That's actually kind of lame. This bit's all right. Here's the thing. He looks pretty cool, but his drip doesn't match. You know, he's got like this like flowy, you know, Japanese drip stuff with the no shoes and all that. That just doesn't match how mean this looks, right? Like the bottom half really is not matching the top half. I do like though just how fucking insane he looks. I do like that. That's kind of cool. I don't know about the buttons here though. I'm not really crazy about that. So it's mainly just big, cool, mean guy with a really cool mask and wild hair with a goddamn katana and then kind of lame bottom drip going on here. I wish I could rate it higher, but it's not that great. I mean, the mask is really cool. I like it more than this guy, for sure. No question on that. Where does this go? Somewhere in here, I would say. Like right there. I mean, it's a solid, you know, it's not like I hate him, so, but yeah, it's mostly neutral. Honestly, that needs to go like there. Hers is not as good as Thinno's. Okay. I feel bad that we forgot that guy and we kind of just phoned that in at the end there, but it is what it is. Okay, chat, we are going to have a bonus stream today. And I'll have to say this again because I'll have to separate the VOD. But just for transparency, the dev gave me this game. The dev gave me a code for the game. I did not pay for it. However, I asked them and they said I didn't have to be positive about the game. I'm not, you know, beholden to anything, right? I can say whatever I want about the game. But it looks fine, actually. I doubt I'm gonna be that negative about it. It looks like a kind of like a brawler, like Castle Crashers with like a robot garbage man aesthetic, which is kind of cool. But we're gonna try that. And I don't know anything about it really. I just saw like a few seconds of gameplay. But yeah, I accepted it because they said I didn't have to, you know, I literally just play the game, right? Literally just play the game. I can say whatever I want. Yeah, I don't have to follow any rules. or any of that. But you know, to be clear, it is possible I could be biased, because sometimes when you're given free things by people, right, it can affect people's judgment, and you want to be nicer to them because they were nice to you, right? So it can affect people's judgment. I don't think that's going to affect my judgment because it's me. I don't think this is a problem, but I you know, you got to be transparent. Which class are we ranking today? We just finished, Cobb. Bad timing, but we finished Berserker and Pretenders. But we just finished. Let me get this bonus stream ready, though. I will separate the VODs, though. I want to separate the VODs just so, like, you know, you can just watch one stream or the other. But yeah, I've never played this game. I know very, very little about it. And it was, you know, given to me for free by the developer. So, you know, again, degree of puzzle. A little loud there. One moment, chat. Good music, though. Not bad. Not bad. Just a little loud, a little loud. Okay, chat. We are going to try this game out. I'm going to reset the stream here. But give me just like 5 seconds. I need to change the stream title to that. Gotta make sure I actually name this right. I already can tell you the PC port's pretty bad because as I type things into Twitch, it's like if I'm hitting ASD, it's treating that as like moving the menus around, right? Like clicking A on the keyboard does something in the game, and as like I go to type, it's like activating on the other monitor, like I'm clicking that on the menu. So that's kind of dumb. Yeah, it keeps doing it. I'm not even in the game, and I'm trying to just type in my stream title, and it's like acting like I'm clicking buttons on the menu. So that's pretty annoying. This is actually pretty fucking annoying. And it's always bad when your keyboard buttons, like face buttons, are controlling the menu. That's normally just a sign of a bad port. Also, I literally can't find this game on Twitch. This game just came out. All right, there we go. Jesus. All right, I'm gonna reset my stream, and then we will try this other game out. If you're just here for FGO, though, I think that's it for today. That was really fun, though. I really enjoyed the Berserkers and stuff. But we'll be back at it soon. More anniversary information, I think, tomorrow. So, pretty much all FGO coming up here for that. But I'll be back in like 2 seconds here, chat.